Suna Duno FM so ewo Sankore Yemura Bono region tiny 2.9 FM on Soko and Suma FM so on Crankwanta January People busumene da etoso edu enkron ewo mfimpimi no ene eduno ensiemu Mugabe Maase ene medin obetime afreme atankole gabiga the capacity manensema yede ebrewo ene nyasem keto ebowremo ewo Asante Regina DC bia kwa kasa ama sabre eja etuanoto DC bia kasa ama sabre eja etuanoto DC nya ade obenya ne tri edidim DC ni di de sen ena ensembe no kan ye de hade so etumira ne ede ne akyeresie ye de wosem nyina ebrawo ene ewodwumadie so kind of riata ensemo mo kan wa America memo na busuafo ene na dofo se woba nya ade se Ghana fo ye betwiti ne yie na den Ghana ha no Sodom and Gomorrah no ha na ye de sha ase ana under this democratic dispensation wani atete no ha wani achi na ya bono ya yede na conference squad yakwa akubo ni tu okono anase wani yakọ hange no die na kanifori atesuru die na kanifori atebusuafo gabi musuru die na kofu adusuru ye de kanifori atade ontumi mefresi eye emra e Ghana ha ahonsem nyina no ye de ebrew yekọ eye Britain memo a Ghana yen High Commission number eye 13 Belgrave Square SWA3NS ensemben ena no so eye Her Excellency Zita Benson ano so ifina so ye eba ni nyina ye nsema ye de ebrew ene ewo dwumadie so saa so ena MPP osun kokoko amanyoku January bosume ne de to so aduasa baako omoboko akoto aba na omonso omakoyi on Frank Atuni obedi omanim ewo mfimpimienu ne aduonu wotwe abato ebekoso ewo mai Ghana ho nsem no sen ene city Ken Japan na camp at sen na eye kwabena Japan so camp te se ba omo ya camp te sen dia na timamofo no ye omo MPP mu no omo eka efa abato a ebebe ho we nyina ye nsem awodo a ye de ebro electoral commission ya set date ebeko abato a ebekoso by election ewo Ayawaso East yenua eye Nazaturi ya wato anananom ewonse do no hwan ene beba besi na nemu no wagine modi ama timemufo a wo mo nima ene ne patemu ye kan Ayawaso East a na chese nima ene ne patemu wo nyina ye nsema wodo a ene ye bibi mo so ede a kire wo sisi ano amafo ayase yiyi wo muti amafo echo for region amafo echo for constituency ni nyina eye NDC eye abato a afimu womo ebetu ayi eye mpanifo a mo beda manyuku na no abra mo siesie mo se de be mfimpi mienu ne aduonu wotwe abato ebekoso mo no womo betumi aboa na eniema akoyie ede ama eye ejobodo amanyuku ni Greater Accra region hadie opanye fence jaja ya ono ye vice chairman of the NDC wa unity eho saso na constituency sawodo ne regions awodo na panifo bebiri na ena eyi omuti obi obeyi ni tibia so no ye bema mo ati nima Ayawaso isen so ahefo ena umu din ehase eba abonten na ye nua ba ukunafo yi ye maame Hajia Amina wobeko ana onko ho nsem nyina no ma ofidie ne na haya na sanse ha ena obetin sempa ne nyina Mugabe Maase atankole gabiga medame ho na mafa ye esnacha minra bi agumiminim na fe midin so no gumiminim oguna na mebade a ene ensem ko a ene eye mpanifo bi birthday me woshi omo na wotwi mo so adofo bi ye beje omo akiri kura ho so no mema hwefo ene eye tiefo so aso ate ene ya na boafo a ete akiri edi dwumadie ebrewo ene akwakọ ya dwuadai ene ho nsem no ye de ni nyina ebebrewo me ba sisia to the people. And some of the dosu. Na yesha se ewo eye America memu. Sabria make say enema beja for eye yenua eye Bernard Mona. And Bernard Mona de say we here any introduction bi PNC mo munim ni wura o play ewo PNC mu. Any lawyer Anderson Danso ono so eye migration lawyer or practice our United Kingdom. We a leading member of the NDC. NDC amunyu kuni na no call a year UK and Ireland. One a year more lawyer or da mano elho. Lawyer Anderson so mo better than kan or hama nyane TSA poncho nso free a year Japan ba poncho ya mawo akwaba. Na ensamne de higher na obetini nyina pepepe. And na 19th January. Na komotucha etutwe nyina ne beda de say a year ochina a year 20th a year January. Ena Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta, former finance minister. Eja America for Immigration Court. Omo betoto nanu. Na senior ekoyi die. Senior ekoyi die. Ya ohwe lawyers ya Ken Ofori-Atta etimi akofo omo se omo defending ne dia. Na chese ano edin ye papa. Na ensam no ko banyina no da bia me ka kire say ye mu bia tra Ghana how ama kufu ado amamuofu kanka tantan 8 years enyama kufu ado di ye mbi mu famu kwatu edi agina ye ene wo mu beko mu jail ekoi me pese meka ebi mu yaw na aye ahomache soriye se kwatu hia by 8 am. So uti studio ni abra okrata say ya maame eye COPT wa epese one wo ni team Asia Asia de headquarters. So hu krata na wo ye mashi say wiem. No be say Mugabe kwa abone be nam de ya kufu ado ene ne nkofo. Na so ye de ya betata. Me ametie for 3 to 4 good years na kufu ado e de migina court. Ewo eye Accra Circuit Court 6. And we charges ya did bomb me na ni nyina ya criminal charges nkwa. Yes, me di hu for ba ko kra. Makwa koda eye ifi insamon. Na so odi mafo nyame na odo nipa no kasa ma ne ma odi ma ne ma no. Ene mia me lawyer ya ono na sese no. Wo ye MPA boss. Esa ya NDC nyina ya lawyer kese lawyer Edoji Tamakulu. Ujina mechi for 4 good years. Now to Mr. Okono Eden. Dr. Stephen Opuni for 8 years in court. Honorable Sedu Agongo. Dr. Kwabena Dufour. Ene Empenifo. Yen former national chairman. Chairman of Oswampa for Doctor. Kwakubu Ahemo. Meseme Kaya man for Yahoo. Honorable Collins Dauda. And our fantastic minister. Honorable Ato Forsen. Ese wani na esese ye ka kire wo twa tete pa yokoko bia na eko sia de headquarters ko ya jomaama ne administration dada no akufa do di wo mo FM a na chese enya asem ketua jomaama appointee bia ne wa ye na adwene se ono de on pese ya friend wo court on court will be availing home to all the legal processes. I was say take it place where baby ano will be added hokoi. Na DNA betimi asi see a better be sorry a yes finance minister we free o man no ko kwa no so no bia de eya subo bia bono charges bi abono ya charges ni edoso eta hu be hia ne afofuo bi mo ta hu be hia se oba ne obeyi nano Ken Ofori-Atta adwane o chi ni disia ne papa be finance minister the late eye Ken Ofori-Atta aba be finance minister oh my Ghana mem ha ene achem dihye o chi kwa onu mbremu ye hwehwe na wakwa di America mem a wo so on be so obeba Ghana bi na ensemo nyina mu no ye nam sini Ghana nyina nam sini Ghana nyina president a wo eye America memu or represented the president of the Republic of Ghana or represented the good people of Ghana Ambassador Victor Smith yeti ensema or de atuga.
If you see the FBI come themselves to take anybody, then it must be a very serious crime like terrorism or something that they think that, they need to really probably handcuff you and all that, like a major issue. So I suspect that they decided to use ICE for the immigration problem, and then they were also interested in probably asking more questions. Ken's one will be virtual. I guess and I'm also informed that he's been moved from the detention center where he was before. So I don't know what, I'm not asking, I haven't been briefed as to why all this sort of is happening. Virtual court, I guess it's something they're doing these days. You can be doing Zoom like I'm doing with you now, and the judge will look at the merits of the case. And if he's putting up a defense, the judge will have a look at it. And the judge would either rule for a hearing to continue or to dismiss his application. Look, my information, which is making the rounds from people close to Ken Ofori-Atta, is that he would love to come back and clear the air or respond to the charges that have been brought against him. But it's a bit apprehensive as to how he's going to be handled. I'm not, these are all like, not speculation. It could be speculations by people close to him or within their own party and stuff like that. And I'm telling them that I don't think that anybody's going to manhandle him. Everybody is given a chance to go through the due process and to try and defend themselves. So others are being tried in Ghana. So he has brought all the brouhaha around this case. So what I'm hearing is that he's a bit apprehensive as to what's going to happen to him when he comes back to Ghana. Not that he doesn't want to go through the process, but with all the noise and everything, probably it's causing a bit of fear for him. But these are stories that I'm being told about, but these are not like I haven't spoken to him, so I'm not in a position to confirm or deny these things. But these are stories we are hearing.
That was Ghana Ambassador to the United States of America, Ambassador Victor Smith, live on TV, SYZ, and also on Power 97.9 FM. You move away from Honorable Ken Ofori-Atta and say, Semono, Yame Ayaduma said the engineer expert in the 20th in the Bekwakusi, United States of America, Napania to from Kora, TV, SYZ, and a Power 97.9 FM. Yabema Refoni and a T4, Womo Anson, any Ehunia, Ekosu, Enina. You move to a transport ministry issues affecting a transport sector. No, ama a Metro Mass Transit Limited. Womo Deputy MDF Nese Harun Apauredu. Watumi papa no wabin ye papa pa watumi aba bontena ba bekasa. Se womo ebe take over. Abra His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Eddie Honorable Lawyer Kalisiza Ekoho ya ono so Harun Apauredu ebe ye mpenifo so monda Metro Mass Transit Limited anono. Na chese enyema head ko yi kra na omodi atu dwa say 313 buses na the year 2020 ye ba beto aba na chese October mo no omo declare no unserviceable na chese cars a wo ye hu hwia omo se enye yi mo satisfy infonyini be entoto so ema mena Ghana for ehu adwembone ya omo de bibu omenti na chese wo hwa Metro Mass Transit no buses makoma 313 de na ya no omo aton ade ama omo ho the year 2020 ye didi ma na okubisa say ebo sign no moton sa ba sisi ya 2500 Ghana cedis e kan isika 25 million sa Metro Mass esi wi akesi esi wi MBP for Akufo-Addo moton no 25 million one ne Ken Ofori-Atta ne ba womia moton Metro Mass bus esi wi 25 million na ka we ne battery cry say battery cry esi so no say one tie ba ko ne rem kura yesen ti wo hwe adwene bone a Akufo-Addo ene ne kofo akronfo asefo yi I mean meka so mu ye thieves ya me nsuro se meka so car we yento no 25 million ye talk car we 2500 Ghana ekwe mo fa so agi ensika time mo fo sika over 8 months eye PDS aya lolo chasa we niam Akufo-Addo ne kanu frata na ne ba wo mie wo ma sena sometimes metwa ne mabisa se iti die pa na ma Ghana fo yetumi ma Akufo-Addo be di president ebi se umuga seka wa mai nim de ko begina kira kante yese wo baaye na nyakopon asan ya pam no na yenya yenjo mahama back na nsem nyina mo no ye tie ensema yenua Apawredu Deputy MD Edema Metro Mass Transit Nisema ode atudwa.
Our population today is far bigger and greater than 20 years ago when Metro Mass was started. So as we speak, surprisingly, Kemi, we are routing the lowest ever fleet of buses in the history of the company. This is also the moment we are recording the highest ever revenue in the history of the company. Just last month, let me take you through this. Just last month, when we came in, His Excellency the President of the Republic, John Dramani Mahama, gave us a performance contract of 3 months. That as quickly as possible, we should fully automate the activities of Metro Mass, especially our revenue mobilization, just to remove the hand-to-hand contacts, the pay-friend, because those hand-to-hand contacts gives room for pay-friend, leakages, stealing, and all those. So we came to meet an ITMS solution of 45% coverage across Ghana. So within 2 months, we were able to fully automate the system. So currently we've done about 99% across Ghana. We've been able to move our revenue mobilization. At some point, for the company somewhere 2 years ago, around 2024, they were routing about 250 buses. In some cases, they were recording 9.3 million. And the operational cost of the company then at the time was about 9.6 million. So they couldn't even pay salaries. That was how come at the time, anytime you see stories about Metro Mass, it has been workers' agitation, poor conditions of service, poor management here and there. As we speak, currently, when we came with the full automation of our revenue mobilization, it has been back to back. The least amongst all, normally our low peak moments is normally between June and July when the rains are up. Even around that, we are able to record about 13 to 14 million Ghana cedis for routing averagely 115 buses. Surprisingly, by 2017, when the previous government took the reins of power, Kemi, it will surprise you to know that around 2017, 2018, they declared about 400 plus buses unserviceable. Those buses were scrapped, sold among some persons and individuals associated then to be part of the system then. Then 2 months into the elections, around October, Kemi, could you believe that another 313 buses were sold among some cronies? And surprisingly, when I reviewed the report, I realized that a whole bus of Metro Mass was sold at a paltry 2,500 Ghana cedis. And surprisingly, according to them, for selling 313 buses, they generated 2.9 million. And that money was supposed to go into an account called the bus acquisition account.
In what state were the buses when they were sold?
You see, what we realized was that the then management involved themselves in transport business, what we called cannibalization. Cannibalization is becoming like a deliberate attempt because they saw the business in the scrapping of buses as a low-hanging fruit, as a system to milk the system. So what they did was that maybe assuming bus A is packed just because of maybe ties. When the next bus comes in, and the next bus maybe about Boot and North or Springs, instead of them to fix the first bus that requires at least about 4 ties to be able to move back to the road, they will deliberately put that bus down, take the spring on that bus, use the spring to fix the bus B. So deliberately, they will just be removing those parts from that bus. Then when they get to a certain level, then they declare it unserviceable. When they declare it unserviceable, then they call somebody to buy the bus, say maybe at 2,500 official fee. So whatever happened behind the scenes is just behind the scenes.
Okay, that was a year Uredu Apple. Deputy MD Edema Metro Mass Transit live on TVS YZ and also on Power 97.9 FM and all our affiliate stations across the country. And I just say, me can't chrononia Jambonia, a kufa don't know for the bebu mana. Clearly, no one who said ye or Musubai any woman ye and I see etie. Na ene Friday ni ene air transport minister etwetwe nkomo ha abra na discussions ne koso na ono afresi program num say o person contribute na show no eye ne de abra na kwadwo ye bo ane Charles Makati atanase amia so na medi dwumadi ho chiame na okasa bebre so mo de niema agugu akwam engagement ne ahodo koso dialogue air koso with the transport air unions ahodo no as we speak meeting akoso Cecilia na me happy say breaking news a woman no news wa ede san say Excellency John Dramani Mahama amamu no nipa na edu omo ekekere oman nipa na edu omo bu oman nti wo say wo say problem bi aba won tena mo na so utu anamon na we put measures in place there be ameka say yes we ubia we leader contingency measures bia wo say udigu akwam no say udigu akwam ma problem ne ma ansa na wa find a solution to the problem. That is contingency measures. You don't sit down let the problem come before you find a solution. You need to put contingency measures in place. Said you better put those measures in place here. Problem never you'll be able to solve the problem. And that is exactly what the transport minister Honorable Eye Bukari is doing. Fantastic minister, hard-working minister, very humble. Papa no boy juma wo transport ministry wo papa enai woni GPRT for ne other transport unions na kwa setena. Se cars awodo a edu anopa ya na amanfo peka akwa adwuma na nipa gukwa ho bebre edu anwumre amanfo peka akofie rashawa na amanfo bre wose da bi o unions no mra ne entena se obi wo ho a olodu na ofiri Kumase na oba bedru nkran anadwo no ade acha no pa enuru no so obesa lodo akọ back to oye what they saying Kumase nti emfa hyehyɛ enye den ento akwam said the beya saaka na ofiri baby ayi mafiri kura ni boss ofiri sankore bodia wo ho papa sankore bodia das wunya ubedi adibiem ne ono abo erikopo kwa da roma nyame nhyira wo wayibi ni mehu bi ofie ha nti nipa entu di pankro nyame ayibi nyame nhyira won koso nhyira wo saa de ye nimu dada way back in 2003 2004 5 ne de ono abo Collins dada nimu dada na enimo omudi agu akwamni se ka ne free tepa go so subiri su twabidi waba bedu kraha na china anopa onlodu nkokoma se enu no so a onye trotro onti si sanwa mo kwa no so na ama omo ko sanwa mo na ofo omo ko omo ba na ofo omo mra edu anwumra so a omo ye available no bases no we omo ti si krom omo lodu amafo no ko lodu amafo no ye de emra eye ensise ya omo ko tenase ya omo ko eye omakoye dialogue esi konya ama penifo GPRT ni other transport unions nyina ya dey atiase ama sabri atadwe wose ya dey yatedene na enei ensem ni nyina na yakoso nyina no good news nyina no menye free Alhaji Abbas Ibrahim Moro ona ye PRO edema GPRT ye share some of the key highlights omo news awodo a omo share no ye hwese nia esikoye ye nia Abbas.
What we were thinking of didn't get to program for any of us because what we thought of were agreed immediately. It is being presented. Everybody agrees to that. It is about those introducing short. This is not what we've been practicing for ages now. We don't do that. And then others also introducing charging the normal fare during the normal days when at rush hour, then they change the fare. We just look at it. First, we all agree to reintroduce the car stickers. You know, GPRT, you have to make sure we use the stickers back to our members. Any other transport organization will also use the stickers for their members. For instance, from Accra to Abeka, if my union has 50 members, we have to make sure we give out 50 stickers. Crosby is number 1, then we know we've issued our sticker number 1 to Crosby. Kweku number 2, we know we've issued sticker number 2 to Kweku Sam. In order that nobody will just forge your stickers and use it wrongly and create problem for your union. To solve the problem of people charging above what they are supposed to charge. Secondly, the short, everybody has route registration. If I've registered from Accra to Abeka, I might not be loading cycle to create problem for those who are going to Abeka. If I run here to Amasama, I might not be in a position to be running circle, then from circle Achimata, then from Achimata St. John, to create problem for pedestrians. We have some unions whom we've noticed they have many buses in the sense that they could all not work, all of them could not work at the same time on the same day. Okay. So they have shift A and shift B. If shift A works today, Monday, tomorrow, it is the term of shift B. Okay. Then the next day, they reverse. And we've also promised to get back to those unions, make sure they will deploy the shift buses to other routes. Although they run from Accra to Odoko or any other place, the other shifts which are not supposed to work today, we are going to plead with them to make sure tomorrow, although they are not supposed to work tomorrow, but tomorrow we needed their services. We are going to put them from Accra to Kasua, Accra to Amasama, Accra to Medina, etc., so that they will also beef up to avoid the short and avoid others charging more than what they are. We've started even calling some. So tomorrow we are meeting with them. If you come to the Greater Accra Regional Secretariat, you see us working on that. So we've started calling them. Tomorrow we'll meet with we GPAT. We have welfares. The welfares means all the unions working at the Tema station. They belong to one welfare. They have their leadership, which will call them and speak to them on the proposals of what we are talking about, to make sure those who are charging above should be a thing of the past, because that is totally cheating. You are not supposed to take 5 cedis from somebody. Instead of 5 cedis, you are taking 10 cedis. We are immediately going to call our people tomorrow. So we started informing them on tomorrow's emergency meeting. We spoke to the minister as well only because we are playing about 90%. The private sector, we are playing about 90% of the transport industry. And if the government is going to buy vehicle for STC, Ayalolo, and Metro Mass and leave who are taking about 5% and leave the 90%, I mean, we believe it is not in the right direction. So we spoke to them about it, and the government promised to help in that way also.
Well, that was Alhaji Abbas Ibrahim Moro, PRO at the Magic PRTU, on Sonedia or day at Tuja, and on Ugusu 8, and I was saying live over TVSYZ and a power 97.9 FM, Facebook Live Power 979, TVSYZ Ghana, Samson on YouTube, ASYZ Broadcasting, and some be Elho. Ya enei meneo ebeshe mabe manua eye obrempon akwaba embra eye inside politics jumedie so na ye hwe sema wodwa eba ansa na me last segment of the program no monologue no mesande de aka no news amedi free Ashanti region eba DCB ho aka ya ne to esa me ba na ya ba hwe se bi gya no kwan kura sanse on deserve so obeka eye this administration ho nti saa DC no maybe adu ne de oyɛ dan a obɛkɔ nti be better say so ono a wotie mi ampanifo mfrɛ no kora ono a mfa ɛyɛ krata na wɔtwerɛ ne resignation letter no city die nti a wɔtwerɛ ɛyɛ saa letter sɛ de be ya obema amamu we no sɛ de ɛkɔ kama appointee bia ho enkoto chema appointee bia nkɔ kasa ye ma ne fa asɛm mbrɛ no wɔno a bɛkɔ ne baabi bɔkɔ tan sɛ hande enya ba bedru ɛyɛ yen court ha ne de Mugabe court ha de sɛm nya bedru ha ɛwɔ inside politics dwumadi su di a me kan wa wonsɛm a kan me ba bɛbɔ within the garba within no uye DC me mo baabi a uye DC no ne mo mi play wi a na mama Ghana for ono ane sema waka no na memo wa hu se oye obi obeboa John Mahama anaso omoa eye John obeboa my Ghana obeboa Asanteman anaso omoa Asanteman say we are appointee na bia maka wa ha se wo ye udi ukososo niema enye papa so a me betra ha me fire without fear of evil Mugabe NDC for the senka wasen me I'm here to protect any appointee. Somebody with full support we ma but appointee adwene papa eni utrim appointee a direction na Jomama ekono na wo try say wo impress hwan the no appointee or the appointing authority one impress na one akwa impress no ehun sem ebeba timo video ne na ha ya this you know our Asante region ne to sacre kri o me pom akwa ba Bibi aboko there. You looking good. Busafon where?
Nyangopadum.
KSM so fantastic. Transport sector one yekoso. If last week engagement with minister engagement with the various transport unions no any penform de da Metro Mass Ayololo any ade hono if you say bibi pabi every mobile honorable Joseph Bukari the transport minister
Kamas no crane sir me one of the people sir the SME me de ye pa engagement with the commercial transport operators no any kwanya omo be faso this transport fare hikes na driver phobia fatu omo so say even though agreement aba say senke if cycle ne ye kopoko ase a ye just simple anase tekutro a eno no eye charger ye de ato wa obefo no nenso omo de omo nko na sa wo mbebo modia no omo de omo charge de aba no maka kire say wo pa menfo ntie bi efi na passengers go na face ho now edu ba bia or say passengers na say ofinsan women no aba adwuma wa akra onim say efi circle aircon san women no e be 15 Ghana cedis
and the budget for the month
the budget ewie enti so do wona say sa charge ni ba mu a agi so free
e be ko do san wo do san wo do amasama ya wo tin ko bi
ai so omubu ni tot efi circle
yate petrol so 9.5 na 9.8 per liter.
Enti da she enti san komo ya transport minister from last year nyina na sense we sha say capacity atwinity ba enti we dwa kwasi dwumadie no so ya ka ho asem sa say enkrofo ensu abonten say first say ye ato the proper fare ye in charge no driver fo bi enya de wo modi so na mom wo mo de car ne besi wa na o maka kire say fare we na ye charge say wo paafo enti ehase wo kumase na mantia bi ati omwagu mountain so say woman nam the various stations no and various bus stops are enkrofo faka no mo de kono say omo hu say nya de a wo charge the proper fare no a nya de ombe mo lodi amana say videos bi kra beto abontia na is task force no ebinum any mate ni drivers ni bi eko eti no krani ye hwe ni yie pa say sa new measures are transport ministry na share commercial transport operators no omodi aba bonten ebegina te say tax force no capacity am the year pa
one be more stickers bia stickers no ebe ma on say bia we olodu kwa amasama ebe hu te say o je eyi a fair no o je different amount bia say woji a obi hu ande hu ye be capture na ade be che no na che say fine bi o ha ye be ma on ayeden etua de ene aprapre ni nyina so ebetumi etua
very good ne kwan so an the last time Ghana citizen tsunami ne the acting chairman de commercial transport operators asunaba na redu edin komo ano che say sabre die ha nti asema mekan na itwagu TVSYZ no sa semesi wo kumase na sabasa yewe charger ye charge the abro so obra wo mo fro car dia ko mu fie no e na driver ni mate tax force wonu bi ni o mo press so there bi ana ni ye ko ba bi ye be 5 Ghana cedis ba mo charge 10 cedis and say 12 Ghana cedis ntia ni o mo mpene ama ye passenger for no enfro car ne nko enti capacity enya dia ebo o man no enti me Honorable Joseph Bukari Nipe yes the transport minister, I think this one of the things are why me and Kyobe me come atom ye pa because me Juma ye pa and san komo we ma tokro ma medan komo no nkomo ni NCP ensuo nyinem emra o ma share stickers o mo so mo be use nyina eni se che capacity ye be se ye hu se o china de kro no sa stickers we ya babontin na etitareka no ho enti wo ye ulodi kwa masama ya yenim ulodi kwa nsanwa mu ayenim ulodi kwa media ayenim se be ye na fe timamufu o mo forecast di diom juma no capacity o mo beto mo
ya na 313 buses and o mo declare no unserviceable the year 2020 October mu na ka few weeks ne kwa akoto aba na eja donkomi o mo toto ma o mo ho 2,525 million. That is no cannibal basic bo cry ebo edin esno no. The nana do ne nkofo ebusuan chemfa ban o mo ye at that time eno no.
Se mi hunu nieme bi se ya. Of course, esi wona nado amemu ase a capacity mi enye me nwanwa. We ye mo ketwa. Almost every sector ewo maimu anda na dan kwakufu ado. Any Alhaji Mahmoud ba o mi amemu apro atetia pansam enti da ben na amemmo yi koso ani si amemmo koso abribia ye ba be hu rot wo every sector say ya na say a whole bus metro mass na ne door no baby a driver no fa no de chinemu no eno ko akra sa say ne ese ye be kra e ya he metro mass door no a driver no ko abie no de tina ne seat so no ye se ye be kra no ko an say ya hwe ba say si wo one tie
kra say
ka we ni tie ba ko pe aba capacity yen ko bisa se ne tai yesen
ye we betime asiesie kwa nanka aja anopa wonko mienu enyumre onko mienu na easy tra sa
pressure ne congestion na water on
ni na free ho dia
but yen chendi as usual
2500
a whole bus
25 million kaniskan
and ye de Ghana sika actor say emboa wo man no na ya che
na kufu adohwe na ba omi ahwe ne ba omi ase sama ne
o say aba o pray no 12 months in your co-position
omi aba ene de kenefo ata mo baba be o Ghana de enya ase enti famisi e wo ho na afei famisi wo ho atena se nya enko enti na odi twato e wo transport sector ho no
de me di twato no say mate say new buses ba I know ebetimi aboa na community
experience drivers
yes
yempe de bia asum ye konte e pente
wo mo adwuma ne do makoma so a wo mo ba be kaka na wo mo de ye friends atuhu ache
party boys no so wo mo nim driving mo
yes
wo mo ye
grassroots no
fantastic
say me title ba ko ye grassroots president
no ye better
eti grassroots no mo wo license a wo betimi aka sa ba CCB no wo mo hwe no mo
qualified ones
qualified license a wo betimi aka sa basis we no wo mo fa adwuma ne mo no wo mo adwuma no wo mo wetu ho ache
basis wo betimi aboa se be ya voice no ye be ye free commerce ne nkran kwantempo
enya kwansia too much
kwantempo no voice no enye ka
voice ne de
commercial purpose ye nwese be yin na mani age se eye lawyer Amaliba so ono na ye national road safety
yes
wakasa e wo ho over the weekend
good
timo se nipa ebeba basis no eba no ni yisa aka se nyina ye kase ye mane
enya djuma
betimi aba eye suhum samam TNTM na 3 hours 4 hours the journey the
capacity make a wushi aka se no
TM free ni famisi bonko there be that eno
ni efen ko sa make a
yentu ni pankwan
ni pa bebre ehwe omo debi
very well
debi anori nti no I think say a step in the right direction na saba sisi ya ye hwe ni se ba no de ye me ya wo ho no say 2003 asa metro mass adwuma sha se under the former president Kufuor no what the bay 500 buses na sha se under the former late president John Evans Atanos any Mama omo de over 500 be kan ho
mama metonton de anfa
debi under MPP omo be fisi ya na ba omo yakofa electric buses ebe fe ni ma nenso no omo timi di 313 buses atoma party face
omo afa
2500
Baumia electric bus say 10 or
10 or the buy. Baku mienu miensa enan enum nsia nso wotwe nkron edu.
So what kind of French and the tracasi obebon obekoso atrase.
Okay boss.
Na Ejumaya do Ejumaya and date yes 19th. Next week next can them.
I can't na
na ewiase ni pattern ho ase ya wompe na da bia meka se me tie de me pa na manya no me mpere bibia me se de me pa na mayeden ene manya no me de ne se metena ha na da bia fidi no yaso na me kasem ayeden eyeye me kasanso agano 40 mi die wasa me koso kano krene sa kire Ghana fo no sanse show way e show a untumi nkasa to nsu muda show way e show from day one wa we jano sofri eye muntie FM sa na di be wura radio SYZ na kufa adudum no e jana kufa adu entumi odum no sa de me court ni na me se wura jana mu pie na mo sa de me beto power na me free SYZ te pie na de maba power de asa na wasa ase asem Africa the power no na eso no so asan ba TV aba be ka ho dia na ye double eni so ye menu aba le dia double din na edu na die ame say obi nwaka na ka ese ka akote say obi abodwe say hia na wasensu ayeden
asi dia ho
John Dramani Mahama in the first administration ne person no be koka say so nya $1 million ya
wajai politics
wa ko wia o
gabi
na so edan
yi nadi
that very night no eja na da aye Victoria Hama chemu no na nya ejaketua ya na makai Dr. Manebo ama ni wo kakra basi ya na mehwe wura wo play abe asem ne bae advice or the I was there. Yes, I mean, me see me too. I'm not free more Jisam. Yemi some me free more Jisam and Victoria Hammer and yet round table say and yet you didn't come. Now, course so back from different sectors, from different political parties. I mean, we say, oh my student politics, any idea? The advice left, right, center. Beer Canada. Omo be jaya gum no mu jay gum. And if we say no mesu ene ma bebre ene wiase so ho say wo pesa wo ye successful in life wa ye won panifo bi ho a wo say wo manamon wo sua wo manamon wo mutu anu wadi akire say wo ben wo nya opportunity say wo ben sa panifo na na what to me asua bibia ye dan afiro mo ho number 1 eya adwuma wura onmonyamfo Julius Zebra hwe ne kasa ne ka obekasa kra kasa ne eden on pekasa na odi adwuma ma ne sa onyen so a obe meki so so obe ye adwuma ne pepepepepepe joma ma on pekasa oye communicator so on pekasa ne actions no speak louder than say odi ne nano be den e bekasa na sometimes say me a the offer me adwuma ye say shiraka na obenya biedie no ma me biedie adwuma wura one ne yere ne ba ne busua da me bompa ya na mabobia ma mo me senya kopon say da ne da nyina mo ma ho de na nkwatenten na de mi bisa ne se me mete ha awose me ye de ba impresse de ode me betena ha
no correct
eni so de me ye de ode me betena ha as a general manager and presenter no otia ede ya obedi ya o se minim de etukwa me fa nipa na adwuma the Bessemen Monyam said, Your mama, Ebeka nipa bebrebe, your population over 35 million. No Becas Mugabe Kodaha, no make sure say, winning the person as Moko fix a problem now on in your day, and mammy. Dear your mama, Tian and Nibajian say, yeah, Sabo, na me do more acquire, so Mokotama oil refinery, no, Omokoyano, Omuni MD now or any deputy, a young lawyer combat, any honorable Mustafa, a Abubakar, Omotimiato to near me. ɛyɛ board chairman Bilijo ɛne campus of campus ɛne minia Nunu ɛne ɛyɛ Thomas Egbetimo ɛne mpanimfo a ɛwɔ hɔ no Nana Osabari mamo wɔmotimi atoto nneɛma yie amatama oil refinery atumi ayɛ dɛn afa ne tuma pɛfra na nyɛ sɛ wɔmo adane homo scrap dealers ana wɔmo kɔ yɛ no wɔmo kɔ board meeting a wɔmo kɔ ka kwaya yɛbɛfa so a yɛbɛtɔn scraps na yɛakye sika na yɛ dɛn edi previous administration deɛ no wɔmo yɛ no eti meyɛ bibi a wɔsɛ meyɛ bibi a ɛbɛ impress first one an appointing authority nipa o appointing me na ade a mekɔ akɔyɛ no sɛ Joma Matena ne bubefu executive secretary to the president who can not try Joma ma obetwa letter ama minister wa sector odada sector na no local government and rural development honorable Ahmed wati an bubefu Ashanti regional chairman and report man in the region who an bubefu no menye die ne betime ama president beka say galamsey aya dia meyi sector minister onmonyafo aya Kofi Amaboa ye obi hu adwuma pa Kofi Boa ye nua panyini oye ewo that sector na DC aban ya appoint wo DC ya de wakosa ko gina aban nanam ewo saa aya district wo no wo abotwa na wo kasa wase a wo si posifo a wo mo wo saa matam ho no posifo no wo mo hu obufu na wo mo tete nkofo a wo mo ya galamsey ene ade ewon patam ho into wono as dissect obi a wono dissect ne district no wo we head of the security no wo ne obakwa akọ type bibi di abra na masan maka say de omoye no omompe na wo de wate say ye de report ko eye Jubilee House IGP ene ne patam he wo ye useless DC ye be pam wo beko na obi akọ Facebook live yes say ya na me ya madwuma. You say if it must be done well. Mementra ka say appointee be humra semo. But I was making sure say code of conduct no. Ya mo obi a ya appointee bia wonim the do's and the don'ts. It adia wo be ya do bakwa manem don't do it. If it must be done well. We be say production team munya botrema miansa. Facebook like Power 979 TVSYZ Ghana. Atankolega biga Mugabe Maase the capacity man. Siya na miye medjuma. Media ne se Ghana betumpon. Enye se nipa ni NDC ni we. And no media will be an me a Cadbury member of the NDC. But a bandit idea ne a year I will defend it. A year I will fire you. Me can have there be and me principle. From day one I started adwuma we no ade adam ani so ne se medi no kore enye sika na ade ba brami a obesesa ma adwene se o mugaji we na we ne sorry ne manendai sorry we ewu a enye yi ni ba be boja gum etu wo so ya appointee na wo so hye kona sa galamsey no sa wo so ana se wo ye bia dako be ya dabone ama ye bia wo kasa nwe mabo ha magana fo nyina ti na make sure say ye be fire wo no free office within the garba yeti esema wo kan ewo eye adanse akrofom eye baabi a baabi a eye helicopter ne ye den ekoto fom no yeti DC a wo eye adanse akrofom esamfo a waka ewo asoye ho
ama omai na mako police for mobile round so ye microphone mo ye small scale mine na galaxy no so police for no kra nyame ani mi o ma so ye de me no o ma kasa still e to da bi kura me no o mu ti me ko o ma report to me to Star House and IGP Baste me maka to hosa me ma wo mo kwa emom ya ba yi no ya be bo official krata e di ama mema yishia da segment ya wo mo baba no ne atako kama na ya de baba ma na na wasan ni aka kire wo mo se na nanom no se operations wo mo ya no ha bi no o mo so man jandia that was there they petition to IGP go free one na only one e can answer because ya say get how near you manage bia anya one back from sao so all massive immigration na soldiers no Ukraine me anim ni ho asem ka no den kakra but you better try your best because you see edua akwaku ananse akwasi yakunu ntikuma kwatena ho ntonku amsa abanga da no etwa mu koye no na ye fa police ya embabon
soldier on eno Osi galamsey no operations na omo ye ewo adanse akrofo mu no omo tete amanfo too much 1 2 wasi posifo na omo wo mantem ho no omo so de papa woni omo kasa saa so munyai na mbabuno no galamsey no omo nye omo ntie waka woto atoda ko omo ne ye den oni omo ko we eni obi a oye DC ewo adanse akrofo na Mugabe Maase mi NDC ninti na ma betra se na ma so science mfun we so we any 72 hours eto no office
capacity can be baby say ogusu office
no say ha na osa wo mo mote
okay
yes ha na osa wo ya den wo bo no mote say da bia me ka kire say eduma we na aye no yenimu ani yenim na obvious say platform bia na ofi obi so omra so obeba obvious say platform bia na I mean, uyitia obetimi call to the show say what person contribute to.
No.
Also what capacity? Obviously the capacity near the makwa.
I think with the capacity.
So what do you so
my ebasa
to fight your mama no fight galamsey honorable Kofi Bo fight asante regional minister babuno onumunya for Dr. Makohi na wa fight galamsey any penifo a wo mo efa IGP any penifo soldier for ni wo man yatete wo man wo gu nsuo so a wo mo fight galamsey no say this year friend Garibe wo chair president.
Look at the resource akom blue water guy.
Oh my God.
Naimos kwanya Omampeni John Dramani Mahama, the last natural resource minister, Honorable Emmanuel Kofi Bo. Womu hwese galamsey ya ese yensio, galamsey ya ese yensase, galamsey ya yen forest reserves ye jadia to webo manyin ho ban no. Sa galamsey a ese no. Sa bire womu hwese womu botimi abo Ghana ho ban na yensio yensase etimi jina wana ada wobreko a ensei no DC a wu jina abanya namu ewo akrofom na edwa data ase wutimi ekase police fo a ehwese sa irresponsible mining a galamsey essential ensase no sa bere wo mo ha wadwene enti wo ba betro letter krama na nanom de wo nsa hyase se woman pe police for no operations on my ho. So that ugusuti officer, minimum because his excellency the president John Dramani Mahama wakase or share him say ni appointees, the various appointees are omotete so ye DC, so ye CEO, so ye MD. We are appointing kwadia or say obi abomodi ya trinity adi nyeme bia ensem fata be fore na memu a obu se the reset governance ekoso eti honorable Gariba we dia yasibu asiako na ni ti aja atrema yemu bia so asemi mu de yenya ho evidence se wankase na ugina wona wo kase de ye be soja gu so akopem da o letter be ba say office of the DC ye wakrofuom no wo be free ho won sem fata so be transfer office wa eti yemu bia jame tua so sa kopem tama wo be si from a ye be hu say ye ho atoyen say wo man Ghana ye a Omampeni John Dramani Mahama ehwehwe Lands and Natural Resource Minister ehwehwe omamuni nyina ehwehwe say galamsey entimi ensay wo man no wo a wo ye DC ya ugina ban ne no wo pese wo nse ni nkuran na nkrofo ngusu nye galamsey
kabalo mama ye
dabi ompeni ye
na information ma pick sesi ane say ya frɛ no
good
so omrankran
very well
na kwa won ko biem
that's all tia
na honorable Bernard Mona Aba na we say with all due respect opepe say me repeat video ni biem ayeden e dia manunti production team are ready mo say see this year friend say Gariba e wo adanse akrufuom no mo see the video no so bi ema me
ene abia efa so wa ye ga mo ma bi ewa ama ani ano agina so ade ama o mai na makọ police fo a mo ba round se wo ye nkrofo mo ye small scale miner na galaxy no so police fo no kura nyame ani ni o ma so ye de me no o ma kasa still e to da bi kura me no o mu ti me ko o ma report to me to Star House and IGP ko ba still me maka to ho se me ma wo mo kwa mom yaba you know yaba official krata e dia mema yishia da segment ya o mo baba no ne atako kama na ya de baba ma na wasan ni aka kire o mo se na nanom no se operations o mo ya no ha bi no o mo so ma ja dia na wo se ya de petition to IGP go frɛ wɔn na ɔne wɔn ɛka ho asɛm because ya sɛ yɛte ha ne yɛ adwuma na gya biara nyɛ wɔn group akɔfom saa o sɛ wɔn asɛ the immigration na soja asɛm okura nyame anim ne ho asɛm ka no ɛden kakra but yɛbɛtry yɛ best because yɛsi edua akwakuo nanse akwasi akunu ntikuma nkɔtɔma ho ntonku amsa abanga
na we obehwa na oyebi ti o fight jo
capacity na obetimi e de wosen ache na ma onwe
ana me so o fight jo mama
sure
ebedu kire ebehu die besie ye fancy ase ya and I Monday Dr. Amponsa me gire se bibia boko doc dia na wo maye
ikakra kyerɛw enne sɛ ye wo yare bi wo ho ye frɛ no sciatica enne mɛkyerɛw mu yie kakra pa sciatica ye yare a abayie pa bia kra me tumudwen wo sɛ kane na sciatica na ɛyɛ mpanimfo ɛna de sciatica wo muhwio sciatica tubuche mrantie ne mabawa sciatica no kra no pa kyerɛ sɛn so ɛyɛ adwumaden dia na nkakane no na ɔmo yɛ adwumaden sene nei ya ɛna obi tinu fie kra na ɔyɛ n'adwuma kane ɛnte saa ɛno ti na adwumaden wɔ hɔ na nantie wɔ hɔ mmɔ ɛsene nnɛ nanso sciatica te atese na mahwɛ hunu sɛ yare bi a yɛfrɛ no arthritis saa entinimu yare no ɛno ɛna kɔfa saa sciatica yi ɛde ba yie pa na wohwɛ obi a obi kura to ba for sciatica na ɔwɔ bɛyɛ sɛ 21 years medwen ho a mente ase wobɛhwɛ so no na sciatica na akye ne 19 ɛno nti sɛ wowɔ saa yare a yɛfrɛ no sciatica Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital mabasa me ba bɛboa wo na masa yare entini no abobɔpɔ emogya nkomu yie ɛno nti kuro abam tie me yie paa unipadua no sɛ ebi a awase mogya efiri ha kɔ ha na sɛ entumu nkɔ yie a entini no kuro bɛbam ebasa obeti pens pa bibia mo umbo form ade bi mbo wonsa ade bi mbo wonan ade bi mbo wachika sei nanso wote pens ankasa mimi a wo hwɛ me momoden na bra sprinters Coastal Junction udru abusa taxi station na wono say o hwɛ Dr. Amponsa o mo do beba taxi for no abeje o 20 cedis na o mo do waba onso a winning sprinters ana se wo obi abefa uba na se yango ne ne keka ho no eno an se obebo Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital edobeba street eti mu amu hweme ne ene mu amu tie me radio so nyina no ye was sprinters Coastal Junction brana me mu aw na me nsa yare eno ena eka ho kese a me de magic machine ebaaye because se sciatica ne yew na se wo nan no ntini no mogya no nkomma na se ekura ba mu a ye do to magic machine so anase ukoda magic machine no mu a achepa 40 minutes na pens no nyina ayira saa na tie eba saa ye be ma okura duro ekum kuro no a ewo ho no a oni problem bi m ye won nkrofo bi wo a omonan no ase no eye tsese de awatia nsuom anase nsuo gu ne nan obi so an nan no mu no eye no tsese de awatia atechem anase fufuo tare ne nan ye fe no gout sa gout we start from ukotodwe na ko wo nan no down na anhwehwemu a mia kasama ya hu ne se ansa na abenya sa gout we enipa bebrede ye no eya na start from say kidney no emfanshin yi se kidney no emfanshin yi a acid na e was kidney no e de ma wo brother no ni nyina entum nko ho enti nsuo no bi call nanse enti e basa na ama onanse ahono hono ananse asuale na wakase o menansia tai kidney no na ho ode wo fom ena ama acid akọ wo nanse eti wo ba ya beboa wo na ya sa yare na ho ato kama magic machine no medekase na ba ena bronya we ya discount 25%. Eti mu amohwemi nyina no mumra na yemamo discount kama na fe yensa yare obi tie me na wo se doctor me de me ho me hu se me yam ewo me minua ade ta yesa pa friend typhoid fever but typhoid ne yewa enye oyam no nko na be yewo eto da ba hu se uti pa o ho na okon agene wachika se ta yewo ya omfe eta wo oyam ebubom wani so chinu uyo hu se eto da yewo se ubewu ade be chine na ate ho unwi enkum nipa sa na mmome ha nipa eti sa wote sa typhoid ne symptoms ebi no eto da na wanya constipation ayamtim eto da so na ayese enye ayamtim na oyam atim oyam ahwie kakra sa na tie na enoa agyae typhoid no enyuma bi no typhoid ye no wan panhwa ebemo hepatitis B se wonya hepatitis B a symptoms be kire o se wo bo o chest no mu eye wo ya eno so mayafu yare pa ese ma wachi kasa ye wo ya na eye yare a the bia control eye se twetwomu na feel okay woni padua no se de eye no e kire wo e ma se si ya make hu se e wo se ntema be ye test ye ho lab bia bi wo ho ye ho machines ya ye de diagnose nipa nso wo ho ene ye wo magic machine esa nipa yare eno de eye immediately ene be ma wo problem no akofom saa na tie obi wan nsane ne na ya titiri stroke chinu ani minua o ko magic machine just 40 minutes stroke no entum nche oda wo stroke achi wo da dem no eye wo ntiri no ena mu asisi ena moja no emfro yie ena ho no awu bra na yen quality e cells no na moja nsatin penetin ko nyina na fe stroke yare no emfri nipa no so na onya na sondwie ena mani abre bronya we me say me ye discount 25%. Mo beba magic machine nyina discount 25%. Magic machine no ye wo keto a on ye wo kese ti so osika nso kese na obetumi akoketo ano so ya na ye yusu dada no e ho ena mo nso amohwe me ne obi wo ho a ni problem no ya ne nkasa bu ni nompemu nyina ya ne ya ono ahu se wo bre na nso wo tifie hwe wo yare na tifie di ana pese owu kwa na wo nuri nso bewu saa na tie enti ampanifo se wo de wo yare asi a ubasa oton wo yare a unya ho aduru saa na tie Dr. Amponsa Herbal Hospital enema kane na yentum nya no ene ye ne simple because of machines no abeboa yen ama ne ayaresa no aye simple obi tie me na o se me wo burning sensation me ho hyehye me ho dwan me hwe me nua wo hwa me na wo ba eye one day a ho hyehye no nyina begyae me ma yare sabre ho no enya ugidie na ebe sa yare na waka sa ode wonyi machine di ugidie wonyi ni oniem hia na o mae menya ugidie na ebe sa yare anka me yesho so wo fie no wogidie nka ho atɔ ye de adwi bi ahye yetim ama abeto ye sintidua ama ene e prayen e kuyen masa tugidie no twere ba bi no bra manoma bibiduro saa me yare no nkɔ manoma brafuduro saa me yare no nkɔ sese dia kura dia me gya me ho yare no nku nanso obetetew ba bi a wote no enti me ka kyerɛ wo sɛ entrafie nka sɛ yare no ɔhaw bra na nede nyankopɔn ya adom ama wo yare no na no aduru aba obi wo se doctor me wo infection me wo gonorrhea syphilis ne ne keka ho yesa infections wo yo ba na wo yo bi a white how awo ho asem white infection no etubu si ma awo kwan pa nyankopɔn ado ye machines a ye de ye washing papa ye de twe infections ni nyina mamo kama na ho atɔ wo hia wo petwin scrabra na ye be ya ma simple kane na ni bie mae no ena ne ye fa bibia serious ena ni bia ba ama awo aye simple kra me na wo ne last born no 65 years na me na nyina nya 60 me na ba o no 65 years the last born no wo no na ne mfia wanya no ma me no me na ba owo mako 17 ba ko pena ne nsanka ba ko pena ne nsanka 16 nyina na omote ase a me na no saa na no tete me eba na bibiduro mu a wa ben pa enti awo aduro de me ma so ya bibi ketuwa bi enti wo a wo hwe me na mo a mo diabetes asi kire yare a motifie no me nkire wo se diabetes ye na onum diabetes aduro anko ye tofu a ye tie kakra papa hwe bra wo sate yare diabetes asi kire yare nye ne ebe kwa nkeko se wo yare asi kire yare a eji ye kwaleto pancreas se pancreas no ho antono a asi kire yare no nkwa na nyina obema na ayemre ne yasikire yare nuro na wo fa do asikire yare na nkasa bema obema ho aden akofom enuro no so a wo fa ne side effect ne se wa ho oden e wo mpam ebe kofom nti obema no wu na bewu mame mo number no obe free 027 85 99611 027 85 99611 we ya me bo ama we eye WhatsApp esa ye calling number ofra men kan won nsem wo phone so je direction na behume tiemiye men kan won nsem nyina wo phone so je direction na behume wate bombardia na frɛ eye calling number sa ye WhatsApp no de ya ye voice message mame metikam kura mitumutie every proud simple enunti obefre eno 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 bebre fra osi doctor memfa semra hospital yenko hospital sa ende mesrew nya sure se okokwalebu abebisa se yema wa amount hospital yenyane sa bra na behumi ankasa na metrase anapa Mugabe wo ma obi ba ho ebe magic machine oba os wa freze ye man price wo for so da me so onko busa Mugabe sa adatie wa ma ozo chirero na ti ba hwe na kama pa ne ansa na meba enti mo a mo hwe me ya
se Mugabe na se memra
mo a mo hwe me no nyina no me promise mo say mo modern na mo mra spentes kumasi ya obi wo but magic machine kasia no bi ni ho ketuwa no bi na ho kasia no ne ketuwa no nyina bi wo ha na kasia no so afa na me be kwa akoma obi me hwe say bi kura January ye kɔ no metuno ama Ashanti region nyina na Western region nyina ene bono nyina omo aba Ashanti region aba sa magic machine kasia no na mo wo nkrampatam nyina mo wo Central region any voter region Eastern region mo nyina mo mra Mumra class Spintes. Na yamuamo. Yensa yare. And Travian and Casa wawie umui. Share a commander da umuno. Yadoko magic machine. As I yan of flow. A soprano moja quality. Emma wakomani ahwodin. Ye frebi o lance. Ewa ha breboane wasrono. Eno ne buama humi ye. Saudi ane yare a home soro. Brana ya mu ana yansa yare. Asobeti asemu ana kakra bi. Etoda yebe kasasa batene. Mugabe program no ye no mempese metwa so ache. Anything mesra wo say ba bibiara wo hye no. Bomode na bra Spintes Coastal Junction. Udruwa busa taxi for nso ahwe Dr. Amponsa. Saudi buba nso a but Dr. Amponsa Heba Hospital. Mame mo number no na asobeti asemu ana kakra bi. Fresh 0243 11 08 75 0243 11 08 75 and a 027 85 99 611 027 85 99 611.
Every human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu emunumuni.
Oh, Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi bi ben fie pi nanso ne yemu nyono da. Se me chew no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom. Anka ne ho ato no dadaada. Ulcer dro de eno ne Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture.
Ankom ni nchiremu.
Ulcer ye kura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu. Etumi a wo yefunu ekeka wa. Wogire wo ho a enyi. Ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie. So how eye ulcer de a kope Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto.
Pedudu etu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 020-3822-855 Apefo abatan ya wama won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfiedum ye no enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
ulcer tamfo edie age adwadie nkrato yi atom.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road. Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Obrebo eye adwumada eboa eyam aduane eboa eyi nsa free ni peduanim na eboa woni pedua ma etena ho yie nanso wonim se niema a yedi na yenom timi ma brebo ye adwumaden sen pote
me huda me brebo ye adwuma pa ebia se me ntumi ye bibi boa me brebo
ani and nothing about the left hip from the Moses Clinic near Herbal Center about Herbal Food Supplement. We see pa the barberbo ama a year juma ye.
Now, any juma.
Fatopa yenu, anopani and me. Na a boama berbo ye juma ye. Send a beya, a bit me and yam a jania woody, yes, yes, any pedianimo, a ye moving see.
And no, I'm a berbo here.
Ubenya Live Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are ebenho. Sa wope duduo so to a 0244 068447. Live Kid, wawo brebo, wawo nipedia. Edro yi enye ma apemfo, ma ema omomanofo, ne mmofo a wonya mfie dumien. FDA agi dwedie krato yi atum.
Enua Victory Garlic Mixture na wati ni dinatiatia, tin se na edro ni tie. Na no pasem ne se edro wi adwuma ye titiri pa ne se ebeboa ananna ne srade e wo ni padua ni muntin mu ama ohu atɔ kura de dika obabi wo ho a okonfikyiri a ema edro a wunya ye Victory Garlic Mixture ebi kura wo bekɔ a ewie wo ansa na ba ye Victory e na wunya Victory no ma na busumi biara ubenya ofikyiri akɔ a empa ho kura eno de akiri a obi wo ho a ne ti ne ta adwa no obi wo ho ye adwuma kakra bia no abrɛ na nakoma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina ye mogya entimi mfa akoma no nkɔ adwen mu eno ne kɔfa saa de ne ba ɔdɔfo mesrɛw so wo ho na wonsɛm ta adwew ebia wonsa no sei ana wonam ro mu na esi fam no kora adwew ana ayetofo sɛ de adi fom ato mpagoa mu a ɛyɛ Victory ɛna meka mfama wo wonum Victory asa no ma ye bobɔ so nyina no ebegyae de ɔtɔ ho anadwo a wontini na wohia Victory emframa nyankopɔn de ama yɛn sɛ yɛhumi wo de wo humi a na wo tie so o bra ɛyɛ Victory ɛna betimi aboa wo ye wo bi wo so a wo ho ana ne yɛma hye no a obia na ne ka obia nya ne hwe obi wo so na koma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina mogya ne ntimi ne afusa ne ye wo ni padua no ɛdura wunya yɛ Victory Garlic Mixture de watwa bra ya bia ya na sɛ kokodue ne nam no no yɛ ne basa ɛyɛ Victory ɛna meka fo wunya Victory bi no a ɛbɛboa wo sɛ doctor de wato aduro so sɛne a ubetimi anom Victory na ka waduro wonna ne sɛ waduro no na abɛnum a meat aduasa no anom we so na abɛnum a no anom Victory no so akyi meat aduasa wo yɛ ne sa bibia abɛde kama ma sɛ wo nase tata wo yɛ agya ho adwuma a mesrɛw adura meka mfo ama wo yɛ Victory Garlic Mixture mesrɛw nipa ne bia danse a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛfa wo ma danse na tie na sɛ wo so kɔtɔ a wobɛnya saa danse korɔ no a
ntwe mi mpedwa mi ntumi ni di mi yare so mene ko be 12 years di man nu ndro kan mojedru 5 minutes de trim matutu And I say, I'm a TV room to me now. I'm a mo say, Motan Derby, as victory herba, victory garlic mister. The mim todrusa, Modrono, asa, Modrono, a year papa. To me, do within some normally didi. After the normal said it, now feeling some of the moment to me debut, and from the ma, a drubone, sad, we semi, and so moment to me D, and so we bones of idiot. And so we do the moment to me debut, after you get me on the tea a donor cow, TV so. Nam kutu bi ni me do anopa any abiani anwumre no one day no si afi nyampala me no adibia mtumi didi no si afi na tola me ko ya black masa modro no tie edoni na nyame hira mo
aje me pa me problem ye menstrual pains nda ne kakra o so me nyame menses no bosom ni ma me bre pa me brankasa metimi to tondro no na ne se manti se yesi ye bidro ha na makoto ba bia me we metimi fa ka ekọ obi kru so ekoto bidro metimi no bi tese na victory ni in fact I don't know minim die wo mu die me koto obi me tie advert no TV so sada na me sorry anwunwe na me koto ye na dana me say ade yi to me paadi mu no mojatro pa yi to me paadi mu ti me twa to me phone so kura se ha adwene a enka me de betum aka ho na ma hwe te se wa hwe ye kwa waka se na bia me ya bo hwe na me no maduro bi te se efi sada na yi sa mojatro no to me paadi mu no me nya meze se no maduro e ma me hu sa emoja se bi like se kwoti te se ni nyina flow kama ti victory tie mintimi enja ento ho te to de bia na mo ba abasa mo mesoma abasa na edun ne medi hu adanse
obi si me de cholesterol sa de boni e na aba mi nipadua ma be dia tenase wadro ye victory garlic mixture se wunya victory ne no ma cholesterol ne se ne nani e density bia no victory be yi ni nyina afiru nipadua no odofo wo pedia to anama ne 024 25 45 633 024 25 45 633 and now 020 129 3280 020 129 3280 a victory mkunim die ne de brem
on the 6th. Okay, I got to know on the 7th, and then there were rumors making round that our sister had also been picked on the same 6th, but I didn't have confirmation from ICE. ICE had confirmed Ken's one, but since they were not the ones who picked our sister, I wasn't getting the information, and I could not come out to confirm or deny it until the day I issued a statement was soon after they had confirmed to me where she had been, where she was being kept.
Welcome back from the commercial break, live on TV SYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. Yenya Bernard Mona, leading member of the PNC, Arise Ghana, and Sujinamo Dende, the Chayami Adma Arise Ghana. Omobe demonstration omobe pekete wo American embassy ni nyina no efa former finance minister honorable Ken Oforiatta ne ho nsensem no emo ajoni no studio ha ye be hwene ada just issues ni nyina ewo dwumadie so enche lawyer Anderson Danson so be johnny wa ha ono so from the United Kingdom where immigration lawyer ewo UK osan NDC wo mo mrenimfo a owo United Kingdom ono so be johnny ha ene mame ni apenyi Bernard Mona kwa openyi mwakwaba
openyi Mugabe maje oso
bibia boko de
nka maka se bibia boko but if he say mo party ba power Mugabe on frame krampo en country say menu apenyi on hote sign ye di Christmas ani New Year nyina no Mugabe went me anto camel grandpa and mama say
video say okoto na wo hwe de ekoso ho abra na light ni sisu ni jani sisu yeah me hwe sa videos ni.
So you didn't?
And I shared.
Yeah, tell all refined the Juma moye wo hono, to be honest. I'm amazed at the level of commitment amo. Any chief executive Maya.
Good.
Within the shortest possible time. Say muanka some wetimi afa internally generated funds. Etimi edia share to as say ejuma nkoso.
Free baby.
I think that is one of the examples of Kwame Nkrumah say the African, when given the opportunity, is capable of managing his own affairs.
Fantastic.
And Niatono Ayano is a living testimony of what the African, when given the chance, can manage his own affairs. Baby, I may perceive dawase, and it's a wamami coffee. And life is what happens between coffee and wine.
Life is what happens between
coffee
and wine.
And wine.
Obushi adarum.
Minim your coffee maker made this. But Mugabe, and Senegal for new and quine. Na yet the chai aben quine.
I was so delighted.
You have no idea.
Yeah.
Baby, I met I don't like traitors in my life. Morocco is one of the countries of Africa that has betrayed the continent. If he says Spain colonized the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic, in Western Sahara.
Yeah.
And Nankrofono Ekunyesa, when the Spain government realized that they could not any longer. 1974, na Omoko no, and Omujai part of Western Sahara, Edema, Mauritania, and Omujai part, Edema, Morocco. The people fought in Mauritania, Kassedabi, Yani Africa for Yentimunku, until almost a jai Nepal territory. Up to now, Morocco is still occupying Western Sahara. Then the Organization of African Unity,
that's AU.
OAU then,
OAU.
And then AU. Omunyina efa so eka say Western Sahara should be given their right to self-determination until they recognize it as an independent country. Morocco decided to reject Africa in 1984. They left the African Union, the Organization of African Unity. Worse was that they went to apply to join the European Union, and Omoka said they cramp on Omone Africa ewa. They don't want to be part of Africa, so they applied to join the European Union.
And what happened?
And the European Union rejected them for location and terroristic issues. What you say? Until the European Union rejected Morocco. They went to join the Arab League because no one per se or because Kalano near Kalano and said
that was when they won the say 4 teams or
yes,
AFCON.
So they decided that they will go and join the Arab League, and the Arab League also rejected.
But that was in 1976, right?
The 76 no more winning. Yeah. So since then, may catch away. Morocco, that betrayed Africa, a traitor of a country. Sesiano Omwakofa Omosika, and they have been able to get African countries to come because of little coins. Now more hosted tournament. But then you have African nations, true African nations, wanting to support.
But they have invested a lot in sports.
There's no doubt about it. Now, if you are stealing from some other people's wealth, you are stealing from Western Sahara. You are taking their phosphate, which is used for fertilizer. Only fertilizer, baby, are echo. Yes. You are stealing the wealth of Western Sahara. You are taking their fishery stock and processing them into sardine and exporting at the disadvantage of that country. You are not African. You rejected Africa. But when it comes to African Cup of Nations, now work of our infrastructure, now we say, oh, the upper say, oh, yeah, Africa. Say, Ebedru Africa, so said they should hold World Cup. Then now you are African. You want to go and use Africa's name to go. The spirit of Africa cannot be with you. Inti enra bibia moye biano na emfa. Because the ancestors of Africa would not permit them. Inti enra, missing quite at Senegal for Munya enra. and no na ekoyi pa e de mame. I wanted Nigeria to do it and Nigeria failed. But yesterday was a superb day for me. Say Senegal was able to pick up the trophy. I didn't like the attitude of the coaches. Say yeah, ball game now. Referee have a decision, and then you ask your players to walk out and those things. I don't think that was professional. But the spirit of but I just thought that was unsportsmanship. I mean, you stay in the field, you fight, and then you win. You don't walk away from the pitch. In fact, time now more pitch, the referee could have blown close and said game now and they will declare Morocco as winners. And you cannot do anything about it because you walked off the pitch. The Moroccans, they didn't walk off the pitch. And if they wanted to apply the rules strictly, Senegal will not be African champions. That means still doesn't matter. Once you have walked off the pitch, you have abandoned the game. And once you have abandoned the game, normally what will happen is that they will give 3 goals to the opponent team. And then they will give them 3 points. So you have automatically lost by the rules. But because you forfeited it.
Happen during tournaments.
Yeah, once you decided to forfeit a game, 3 points are awarded. And under normal circumstances, they can even deduct 3 points from you. And 3 goals. But fortunately, that was the final. So they would have awarded Morocco 3 points, 3 goals. And then Niayebe Kanu would just be talk show, but Morocco would have been given the title.
That beauty of football, that beauty, beautiful football. Like I say, Bobo at the form, papa, the two teams, almost display that on the pitch.
Oh, I think that superbly Senegal played more, even against the intimidation of the crowd. Time now, Senegal team no airco Rabat no Krampono. If you see the hostile welcome. The hostile welcome that they were giving, or more accommodation, they did everything to frustrate them. Mm-hmm. And of course, like I tell people, anytime you are traveling, you carry a Sazuma Nelson thing. And obi Adrian. So, baby, even if it's in the bus, you make sure that you sleep and sleep well. Because you know that once you are going into somebody's territory, they will not want to give you the best of conditions. So I think that Sadio Mane and his team were well prepared than the Moroccans thought. So they knew that they were going to go into a hostile environment. Nobody in Morocco will like them. Everybody will go against them. And Rakrampo mobile ball now utimi who say security for it kofa omo goalkeeper ne towel face towel no what you call na your friend say ball boys papa no ne hand towel need omo timi cause say e dey feel obia omo feel say that is where the spirit is coming from. The Senegalese are just majority of them are your friends say Muslims.
Yeah. And
Morocco, you claim you are Muslim, so if they can use the Quran to do you, then it means that Morocco, no, Ankasa, you don't know where you belong.
But you hear the skipper of the side, man, at his age, Obenya 35, this year, and then we free a year backless premiership more, was I call a year by a Munchi, a German Bundesliga, if you was I call a year Saudi Arabia, and on the playmate, and Cristiano Ronaldo, at his age, Otimia lady, a year Senegal, I mean, on 2 occasions, I know Martiniaji a year AFCON. 3 years, is it 3-4 years ago, and this year?
Well, I think that Obetimia lead Senegal into the 2027 African Cup of Nations. Just next year. Wow. He should be able to lead them, depending on if they still have the same mindset and the same
fit.
The same character. And so Ocean leadership now he has demonstrated. Normally, me football and other sports I understand that you keep certain personalities in your team, not because they have the energy and everything, but their presence there is like a spirit for the team.
Today you here so back.
I don't know why they are taking him out. The day you is a spirit of the team. What you say? Say the day you were holding on Bokrampa, the encouragement, don't give up. Hey, let's push on. What mean say Obia want to put up their best and Ra. If they relied on the captain of the Senegal team, Captain Barno, if they relied on him, I'm saying that Morocco would have been African champions. Even the coach himself lost it. And under normal circumstances in sports, we say that when there is tension, the coaches and technical team, you absorb the tension. Now, one my players, in this instance, the coach rather release the tension on the players.
Manage maturity.
But Manika said, Dabi, penalty, Mumbra. Penalty, Obi Ambra Mamonko invited their team to come back.
The boy said, "No keep watching."
And now, ball no crampo no papa no intimiambo. Because, like I said, the spirit of Africa was with the true and authentic African team. Morocco is not an African team.
With my history, the background.
What do you say? Morocco is not an African nation. I insist on this. Dabi. So the spirit of Africa was with Africa. And the one ball na papa no boy no. Mugabe ukurampo ya the ball to her own bonus.
I say win the way bobo.
Yeah, the ball no to our own team bonus. In fact, in ka also be share angle back because meaning baby out here upekto kro no they are share ho.
Pepe.
What they are say. So and look at the ball. Goalkeeper no jina ho. Omuna now the ball na share in some. Clean or say from my ball no man and no so the ball no man.
They see experience keeper.
Yeah, when movie baby original now the ball na share in some. No watch it.
Ball say to kro no ma ball na kwese keeper.
Keeper in some. Do you understand? And why? You will think that it is ordinary. For me, it was the spirit of Africa that said that Morocco, no. Well. That means you treated on Africa and you will not be allowed to carry the African Cup of Nations. Period and bottom. You call World Cup, Morocco can go and pick the World Cup. What do you say? But even that, to pick it and they will say that African team won. Me see, to even go there and then they will say that an African team brought it. For me, it's a no.
Thank you. Very well, you move on to other issues. Live on TVSYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. Yemi Apenyi, Bernard Mona, and I join in on Studio High and a Monday, the 19th of January, 2026. We are share Obaye Uma Misambo, a DCE for Adanse Akrufum. Uma me play back the video. Dear na work for that video no Hansani move on to Arise Ghana nyame adoma ochina dwumadia mo bokwa akodi o American embassy.
I am very shocked. Sir, at the time that you played that video, ABC time there is still somebody called Garba as DCE for that district. Nia papa no kaya no. It's a total rejection and disobedience to President Mahama. Say, or catch President Mahama say, only why? Who are you to send 9 more? Who are you to constitute a team that they should go and take away young Crawford or Moye Galamsey or Moye Juma SI for 2 years? How? And if the man is still there, there can be only 2 conclusions. That Flagstaff House is a beneficiary of Nia Papano Eyewa district. That's the only reason for which Papano Bewo. Because instantaneously this should look, we in Kenya asema yese omo friend on Black Flagstaff House. Because ye o kasano say UPA know what they say. They have called him,
but not to the Flagstaff House.
Yeah, that he's been called to come to Accra. Look, the man doesn't need to come to Accra. Obo video we minister responsible for lands and natural resources, immediate. Minister for local government, actual statement.
Now
our reporter, my president say, young ministers, no, yet not say my young subordinate to disrespect your orders. That is as simple as that. President Mahama, look, this thing, if you delay with it, it means that you are part and parcel of this process. There's nothing you can say that a bit Myanmar Obi at say Dabi President Mahama, you were not behind this man for the statement he has said. What he has said? Me see. Precisely. Me see, me ankasa meba Joe Yamin. National organizer of the NDC. Meaning ekasa and also near Omokano. But instantly the president through the attorney general called for investigation into it.
Oni Abanga, the national vice chairman.
Say national vice chairman Abanga any Miba Joseph Yamin that they should be investigated. Because Frimpong Boating report indicated that now Moye Galamsey. And they took portions of the report and instructed that the National Democratic Congress's national organizer should be investigated. Say, Siano, Adiano Neda Hono. Papa no air catcher and say, Ono mum no betro platano. Edia command nana. Nana assign it. Now, Modia command penny for. say police for na mo ba ha mo ka galamsey de bia mo ye say ye ne omo akasa omo asum ye den. How do you say this holding a mic?
Yentie ne kakre. Production team mo fa yentum bi.
Ya Bruce ene abia. Efa so ye bia mo ma bi ewa. Ama ani ano agina so.
Well.
Ene ama o mai. Na mako police for mo ba round se wo. Ye microphone mo ye small scale miner na galaxy no so. Police for no kwanya me ani mi o ma so ye de. Me no ma kasa still. E to da bi kura me no o mu ti me ko. O ma report to me to Star House. Ene IGP ho. Ba still me maka to ho sa me ma wo mo kwa. Ye mom ya ba yi no. Ya be official krata. Ediama mema yishia da segment ya omo baba no ne atako kama na ya de baba ma na wasan ni aka kire omo se nananom no se operations omo ya no ha bi no omo so omo ja dia na wo se ya de petition to IGP no ofre omo na ono omo e ka mo ase.
Very well.
Oh, Papa no. Sometimes political appointments no ha. Papa no say you are reporting no ama Flagstaff House. You are reporting no ama IGP. And still ono their own penny. Only why? Nipa na oka kire o oma o letter say koye DC no. Onu na we yi nipa Emma IGP ena police for soldier for say omun enko galamsey enjai. Now who are we head of district security committee? The chairman of the district committee say ombua so that their work can be smooth no. Na ewe echiri. I will not be. I am not sure. Say, in most instances no. The attacks that these most people go through, Papa yi ene nkro for ewechire. Papa yi
na sa danse omo ye galamsey
no. Papa yi ene ne mpenyimfo omo na omo wechire a because say omo bera omo ne dissect for no be hia. Omo hia na omo ma omo route and operation planner na papa yi akote echire na wakade no.
Eho na aye area ho a danse akrofom ho a na Dr. Manebo Amokwa.
Precisely. And I say it's just towards the policy.
No, that's the area.
It is Papayi. Naturally say he is the kingpin of Galamsey. And a Marco you say Ombeye DCE. Inti ejumana na ono oyeno. Sesiano Mama no district chief executive. Inti opese on protect omunina. Hwe
ni police for bekunde bi.
Nkapapano eja ne kasa. E was say small scale miners. Small scale miners are legal operators. Ena bia omo licenses o concession ye koye juma wo. But I see small scale miners any galamsey for those that don't have. So the illegal miners are being supported and aided by a district chief executive. Minister for Local Government Ahmed Ibrahim. This one, it falls in your domain. One kasa nipana, they are supposed to report to you. This is what the man is doing at the district. And the man is still DC up to this point. Say Kwakobo 5. How can such a figure be DCE in our country? How can that happen? The man simply disobeys the president's instructions. And the man will decide that Papa President Mahama, the power is with him. Sa Papa no osiden. That Mahama Ekano is useless talk. That is the meaning. And I would now when I hear President Wolti Accra, and I welcome my police for, and I Momo Juma now Ufiha. That is the posture of this DC.
So Timon Krata man and Anamasa.
Inti afidi okwa kochro krata. No the abana nana mo assign
executive.
Na achire say nana ahimfo. Omo say ma president ma sa operators no emba.
No ma sorry tiam oban.
Really? You are working in the government and you are at the same time organizing protests against the government, thereby sabotaging the work that the government wants to do. Are you an enemy or you are part of the government? Certainly this is not somebody that is interested in working for the success of your mama.
Those in the helm of affairs now or take your decision. Very well. Yene honorable transport minister Nkomo Kakra and or to me engage the various transport unions, you know. Honorable Joseph Bukari Nikpe. Say Ofi region, right?
Ofi Pandai and that zone.
Honorable, good afternoon, sir. Hello, honorable, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, how are you?
I'm doing great, and yourself?
By God's grace, sir.
Yeah, I'm not here alone. I'm here with your brother, Honorable Bernard Mona.
Oh, good to hear.
Yes, sir.
My regards to him.
The information that we've gathered this afternoon indicates that you had a meeting with the various transport unions. What was the outcome of the meeting, sir?
Thank you, my brother, and let me say good evening to your panelists and by extension, your listeners. We last week had a lot of issues confronting our transport sector. The congestions on our roads, the delays in getting vehicles to move to either work or home, and other challenges that brought some kind of troubles in the transport sector. We had meetings with the unions on Friday. We were blessed by the presence of Her Excellency, the Vice President, and we had to continue today to dialogue with our transport unions to see how we can bring some discipline into the sector, how we can bring sanity into the sector, and how we can improve upon the sector and be able to render quality services to our traveling public. So today we continue with the meeting to freely ask ourselves, what is it that is confronting the effective delivery of transport in our country? And all the unions engage fully and openly. We discuss issues. And you know, the transport sector is a multi-sectorial sector involving a lot of ministries, agencies, and departments, and also the private sector. We have identified that the Ministry of Transport that has a responsibility on transportation and policy of transport, the Ministry of Local Government that also has some social services to perform when it comes to intra-city transport system, the Ministry of Interior that has the enforcement agencies under them to bring discipline and sanity on our roads, and also the Ministry of Trade that also has some work to do with all our trading unions. And so we openly discuss what is it that all these areas, these sectors will be able to perform to bring sanity in the system. And we came out with a roadmap, and the one that interests me is the unions themselves accepting that, one, they are going to form a task force to bring discipline to their members, regards to floating drivers who openly float on the streets and they will not belong to any station or any terminal, and for enforcement of either prices or enforcement on the issues that confronts indiscipline. Again, we have a union that has agreed that they are also going to work. They have some buses that either were not operational. They are also going to work around the clock to bring back some Tata buses that are their operational vehicles or that were not operational on board, to be able to also render some services. And again, for them to agree that they are going to issue some identification cards to themselves or stickers on their vehicles, just to help them monitor the route and see who is doing what on the road and what punishment to give to them. And so I was excited that we have gotten to this conclusion. A communique is signed, and we are going to use it as a working document to improve upon our transport delivery.
Anyway, so with all this new arrangement, where is it going to start?
Yes, so the unions are going to meet all their groups tomorrow and communicate same to them, and all begins tomorrow after they have met with all their members. You know, the executives that came for the meeting, and they have to do same to meet with their membership and translate all the conclusions we have come to, and also all the work plan that we have put in place, guide us going forward.
Honorable Joseph Bukari. Honorable Bernard Mona wants to ask you a question. Please hold on, please.
That's okay.
Honorable Minister, the private sector that we keep referring as engine of growth appears to be sabotaging that engine at this particular moment. Wouldn't you consider that the state should return to the days of the Tata buses, the omnibus system, and introduce efficiency and efficient management so that we'll be able to move on timelines? I recall that when President Liman was in office, his son, now Dr. Baba Liman, could move from Accra in a Tata bus to Nandom Secondary School. Public transport system was functional, was timeous, and was efficient. What is stopping the state that has the largest capital from investing directly into this system?
Very well.
Yes, Mr. Bernard, this is a very important question, and that it is one of the ways that as government we have to look at to improve upon. Now, if you look at the regimes of NDC over the years, this is exactly what we do anytime we're in government. Let's take the BRT we wanted to introduce from 2016. That now is called Ayalolo. That kind of means of transport was dedicated for only intra-city movement. Now, they were given an initial number of 245 buses. Over the 8 years, those buses were on rocks and not operational. Today, we can only talk of about 80, and now they are working to bring some on board, meaning that over the years, there has been some neglect in retooling this particular intra-city transport arrangement. Let's go back to Mugabe Maase. When they were operating over 1,000 buses, today they are operating less than 200 buses. And the good is that they are making more revenue as compared to those days of the number of vehicles. When we took over, their books were not anything that you could take on table to negotiate or talk to any investor on any business. What we decided to do was let us sanitize the books, let us work to improve. And I can tell you that both STC and Mugabe Maase make more revenue with fewer buses as compared to those days that they had so many buses. Now, with the private sector, any government that is mindful of business will want to create the atmosphere for the business or the private sector to be able to survive. And that is why you will see that within this 1 year, this particular government has improved upon all sectors of the economy, such that the private sector will have the financial muscles to be able to improve upon their business. If you look at those who we talk of under the trade ministry, the third-party dealers, we have had a stable currency that has brought the dollar down, and now either 17 cedis to $1. Today, it is within cedis to $1, meaning that that environment is now very well created for them to do business. We were buying fuel how much per liter. Today, how much are we buying? That the industry or the atmosphere is now created for the private sector to be able to do business. But I must say that they also came out with some challenges that over the years they've also been neglected and not given any empowerment. So if they were buying dollar at 17, cedis per dollar, if they were buying fuel at a point higher than what they could pay and they were not making any profit, they are stressed and they also need some kind of government assistance. And what is so good about it is that all the economic indices and all the economic outcomes are very favorable for them. So they too are willing to retool themselves, to reposition themselves, to take advantage of this opportunity that exists. Because if the passengers are there and yours is to buy a vehicle with a private sector or a private operator, it is easy for you to buy. You don't have many procurement hurdles or challenges to face as compared to government. So I agree with you. But the fact of the matter is, as a country, both government and the private sector will need to be playing a business game such that we'll be able to serve ourselves better.
Very well. As a sector minister, Honorable, what are you going to do about the 313 buses that were declared unserviceable in October 2020 by the previous administration? They later sold those buses to themselves, an amount of 2,500 Ghana cedis. What are you going to do about that?
This will require an inquiry and audit into it and see whether the auctions were done properly or not. There were done 2 auctions and an audit will be carried out and see whether it was value for money or not.
Very well. Thank you very much, Honorable Joseph Bukari, for your time this afternoon, Transport Minister. Thanks so much for your time.
I'm grateful for giving me the platform to share what we've been doing with our unions. And I believe that a time will come, just like everything is being improved upon, we will have an improved, a well-functioning and efficient transport system to service our people.
Very well. That was Transport Minister Honorable Joseph Bukari, live on TVSYZ and also on Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics, Median was with Honorable Bernard Mona Waha. Minim Sobeka Bibika Kransan, Movo to Yamiadama, Watchana, Arise Ghana.
The last time me call Nadmo, and I was speaking to somebody, say, Mate say, Omo, ye auction cars were. And they told me, say, auctions no, Omo yebium. Adentia, Omo concludi bibia edify. Na Mugabe, ni one say, unim say, Omo timi kotoka less than 2 years. Na Oma kofa car, da, ni number plate edi ababoso. What you say? Na Oma kofa car, da, number plate edi ababoso. Na Omatono at a ridiculous price. That is what they did. Until auctions were done, and they just needed the people to come and then pick their letters and go and pick the vehicles. Until new, your friend saying, Nadmo boss no ebayano. They decided to do an investigation into it. Omosha, a vehicle that is less than 4 years old, no makofa, a vehicle that is about 20-year-old number, no more so that they can sell it to themselves. So there was a team of...
But is it proper?
I'm saying there was a team of criminals who decided, say, near ye abind no, omodia omobafa no omodia koye. Then they will be roaming in town. Now omuma ediyan yema intem ya mawufu ambobra ye bobra. Meanwhile, these are a bunch of thieves. What I say? These were a bunch of thieves who simply stole in order to enrich themselves and to make their family feel that they were. I am not surprised. Say Metro Mass, your friend is saying Harun Redu Apple. Oh no, Abba, and then say time now more 1,000 buses. No, the revenue they were earning is far less than Cecilia or more 105 buses.
They are making profit now.
So what you say? Yeah. How will you have 1,000 buses and not be making enough revenue? But when you have less buses and you tool them, now call rounds, you are able to make profit and declare profit. You are able to make revenue and declare profit. So all those people that manage the Metro Mass Transit, they have to be called upon to account for their stewardship. Way anything. And worst of all is that bus, when metro bus now, see, the bus is not serviceable. Now I got on 2,500. Me see me no crampo mutu metro bus steer no back on man. Steer no crampo mutu ya no bo abede. Steer no mutu ya no. Steer no. How much will be the steer?
Do you
understand? So you sit down and then all these things happened. Now papa baku no di anymore. Ken for that. Because all revenues had to go to Ken for that. So and all these auctions and what have you must get the approval of the Ministry of Finance. So who were those who benefited from it? How come that Ken Ofureta, every financial malfeasance?
Still no
mokotu Mugabe Maase no. Eno ni
the maba o me ano.
Last year yi
ya ko TVS was at power 9.
Last year yi
mo he TV no so no.
Who did it say this steer is no more than 4,000? Meaning baby or the coil. We na etachima ho.
Me enti de ba o me aka no steer no. Se mo man steer. Babe, if I could not transfer as a Mosia, and a Mosia would also the number, would also know. Can you imagine? Is there a Koyan part as a Mosia? It's the other mo. I feel as a boy.
I don't say, guys, now Mujina Hono, so Munya Papa. I say, babe.
Very well. Well, you move on, Afi.
On a more serious note, public service requires a certain level of condor. Now, idea you say yemfan ye. President Kufuor decided that on fatata bus system in Yenjuba. Na omni bus transport osa. Na enoso wo. Na ye wo intercity transport system. Na enoso wo. Now all those things, na enu nyina ebua na the pressure on the private sector transportation na abafem. So they were running alongside. Unim say as we speak, STC fares are far lower than all other transport terminals. So unim say if you go around the country, Ghana oil, GOIL, the prices they put is far lower than all other fuel suppliers in this country. So because the state can take a deliberate measure, say yakoto no say inti yeman mbafem inti yatuswa na other institutions bawa inti omuti mimagwel say monti modia no so motiswa other companies who want to compete with you, so omuso better na the prices are coming.
I think now Star and Star Oil and that of
GOIL they are matching. So clearly
9 point something.
9 point something do 10 cities view. Hey, so clearly, because you have these state institutions, they serve as buffer and cushions at the private sector. Unfortunately, near Yadi Abba State, no, my betina say, baskets, Garcia say, Mulu ni wheel look rampua. Wheel. Mulu si wheel backwa. Yes, saying, no Makotom bas ni less than 3,000.
Somebody call scraps.
So that you go and get money and then come and be shouting that wababra.
Yɛba sɛ daka sɛ ma yɛn aboafo a ɛtae ɛkyɛ adi dwumadie ɛbrɛ power specialist aba hospital maame aduya sɛ menka nkyerɛ sɛ hepatitis A, B, C, D yiyi bi na ɛtete ɔyɛ fatty liver sciatica prostate wono mpɛni baabi na ate kyema ulcer kɔmpɔ na ɛsiw minimum a na yɛ fibro tutumirikai na fo ani kyerɛ maame ɛyɛ aduya hɔ na ɔkɔɛ maame aduya hɔ a ɔbɛboɔ yɛ papaapa power specialist aba hospital Kumasi yɛwɔ ɛyɛ firi yɛase legbosomtwe ɛyɛ kontena ase aputu gya kwan so yɛne Jezbo filling station no ɛna di nhwɛ anim wode wɔne kyɛn kan ayɛ kwabanya pokuase ACP kwantempɔ no so takrade yɛwɔ Anagye estate yɛne Anagye MA primary school ne ɛdi ɛyɛ nhwɛ anim fɛ ma me yɛdu yɛ na ne ntwetwe nkɔmɔ ɛwɔ 0244 544422 0244 544422 Divine Hope Herbal Center atadwe wɔ ate denne wɔn na de ɔtwea herbal powder de aba edwasoɔ na wɔtwea herbal powder yi obi a osisi ɛhawo sɛ wɔyɛ ɔbaa wɔyɛ bɛrima piles koko ɛsiw baabi anaasɛ pɛsi fifiw baabi sexual weakness bɛrima a wɔyɛ mmerɛ ɛwɔ mpam bɛrima deɛ ɔho ɔden a ɛne ɛfrɛ Bernard bɛrima no ho ɔden paa wɔ nimu adwuma yɛ wɔ no yɛfrɛ no Bernard wɔne Bernard nso anamona ɛna yɛde bɛka ne din ho ɛyɛ low libido atenka no ɛwɔ fam sɛ watenka wɔ soro a baabi a ɔnam bia yɛfrɛ watenka na sɛ watenka wɔ fam a ɛne yɛmfa wɔnyɛ hwee low libido sɛ mma o mmarima o ɛnoa sɛ wobɛnya bie na wɔtwea herbal powder yi ɔsɛ yi ɛnoa ɛtu aseɛ menstrual disorder ɛnoa deɛ ne hyɛ wobɔtɔm yi mofa camera no nto so
wei
ona bo bena o de no
ochua ochua
wonam nyina watwa hye obotom
dabi ona ode maame me buy na ode maame say me nkotra
na me ni bi
na say ona wo ye supplier
yo wedi atadwe wo se ate denne magene de
dabi na wontimi mfa baako maame
Kevin esiche
Kevin no Kevin no the way by no see owo mienu bi e wo kwa kofa ba afi de ona nkasa ka se we refi se we use
see e ko 44 no so be ko 5
o see we use
thank you 442 na je se edemu no to atwa yi wo ko foru dua na ope bi ato a Gapsen pharmacy so nya fo money nche ka peba Ashaman House of Drugs Cape Coast eye boachi ansa na temafo money nche na boachi heba PK Gumbila e watamali fomna oni watwafo ntwetwe nkomo on 0550 639 037 0550 639 ofra omo ebejo so dwuma ko nyina dawro matachiri ene edi dwumadie ede ebre o Victory kan ho S Natural Mineral Water Hebron Hills International School Sanso ena Mugabe Maase Clinic and Herbal Center omodim ye live kit capsules enso etachi ena Safari Valley Eco Resort meko nyina na etachi edi dwumadie ebro nyam ya aduma wo china Arise Ghana uyi mutinti udi mutinti meye papa penya ne tiese moko American Embassy wo china emre be na moko ena botaye ben ene si china American Embassy Arise Ghana for yi moko
me da se bebre ochina efi 8 o'clock anopa
8 a.m.
to 4 p.m. in the evening
moko tena ho
ya kwa kotina American
na mafo be visas be dey mo appointment be dey
na se yan kwa visa yesi omofa ken ofori atambra ne visa ewu
yo
nti
mo kwa visa
da bi yan kwa visa
ba de ne visa ewu ho no save
yan fa nambra because Ghana mra hwehwe ken ofori ata na nye ena Arise Ghana for na ye kire ya adwin ena ye ka se ken ofori ata no bebi a ode ye economy ekono boayen na se ohwe se Arise Ghana yekoye demonstration ayo kire ewo Parliament House I'm sure say you okay Mugabe ukrampo be kan ho ena yekoye protest kese ade fa electronic transfer levies and sika omanya up to date omantimi account sika na omoji efi electronic transfer monies and so worst of all they say Mugabe it made many people poorer than before and no make us say you don't tax working capital or current capital at the end of the day no kenoforata amfuaso the second one okay say Mugabe National Cathedral Ken Oforata Eka said there was no way the state of government was going to spend money. In the end, government of Ghana spent in excess of $97 million. And a yediko 2 manhole kesiye. Pesesi ano denchem any other alligators enena in sono emu ewo sa particular place. There was no value for money. Sikanu biya omocheche no obi enim say they were done with honest check. Niaso so miansa eye COVID-19 era. Yeah, almost say, oh, they are going to do food for people. And omokoto fly rice ewo obiho. Just some few packets and omobejina, some part of Accra and omotu, say 10 of them to the people. Kana omokofa buy no obienim say certainly. And yet what we saw and ekfasa kano buy. Yesi munkofa receipts in bra munkofa caterers numbra. Now mankasa akotena say no maka say an amount of this was released to this person and person. Now omaye honest check no modiaba. So the state of Ghana wasted money. Beyond that, yenyina yenim say COVID-19 ebaye no sika Ghana enyaye to help the economy of Ghana is more than Ghana spent on the economy of Ghana. Ebinu went into insurance. So nimsa omuka say how do they call them? Frontline workers no or say omunyina yabaya insurance amomo insurance na omo ye no onim say omo disi kakesi ekoma insurance companies including Enterprise Insurance who got over 10 billion Ghana cedis.
Enterprise Insurance who belongs to
Kano for that in a year. Into omo dis kano koma omo no that insurance no there was no one single insurance certificate that was issued. There is no individual beneficiary of the insurance. What is say? Insurance is there and then there is no beneficiary to the insurance. Ye bisanwa up to date sasi can buy. And then of course niana etwa asunukra enunukra any pensioner bond holders. Any domestic debt exchange program. For which President Akufo-Addo himself has now publicly admitted say that is his biggest regret in this country. Say domestic debt exchange, inka onimi anka on yet because that was not thinkable. But of course, as always, Ken for that will mislead him. What ye we nyina yeka say Ken, nia oye no emfa kwan so men ye no sa ebeha oman no. Enti Ken eyem say wa bre enti koda ana makwan na obi mbaje Ministry of Finance no you are unable to do the job. O yare. O ka kire say David. Awofo anja ne ba. Bra eduamamu ayedin. Enne wo ye awofo no yesi bra na ne wo ye no na omma embisawo se we no na wo se wa jajapade ya maye nti ye behwe mu na eni ho ewo he
obi anka se odi fo
o de bekire bebi a na eko yi anko yi afi de wo se wo yare nti on the 6th of January 2025 ufi mu oman mu ye di wechi na iyoko ebe declare fugitive of the law.
Ufri Ghana saying date me
6th January ade bechi na ya so ejo mama inu and ofi Ghana ofi mu no afede iyoko aba ya friend say NIB aba Ministry of Justice and the Attorney General aba na OSP office omudi omantimi antwen because omuhu nyama na ekoso na afede omubuefu and omu declare no fugitive of the law. Afede omashase and then the Attorney General wrote say America owo momfa nembra Keno Forata ene ne yere ebedidi Ghana fo nyina atem say papa no yare krampo no we are not sympathetic towards himself and we are asking him to come. Na papa no on yare na COVID-19 baye ade na want to kwan enko America when it was COVID-19
exactly.
No omaimu he got the health care that he deserved without traveling outside. Say see COVID-19 any hono the health care that he desires is not here. Inti obekwa America no akotena ho. Say see how to work with America obisa is by bra. Wa kochuro e dia karata e dia ma American from. Say oh dear you want an extension of your stay from being a tourist visitor. Say see no opese you become a permanent resident in America. Nani nyina actually say you don't want to come to Ghana to come and account for your stewardship. Edi Ghana for. Enna yen in the Arise Ghana and yeka said David. America for you cannot take or continue to host a former minister of finance whose stewardship is shrouded in a mess. Uninam Osuha, Ekodu cantonment, Efi cantonment Ekofa Chado, Efi Chado, na Odeko East Legon, and those enclaves, Edeba. The properties that people will point to you where you can dear, where you dear, no. You certainly know, say, this is not a man who refused to take salary that will be able to own those properties. Come, say, Yeshim Naken, one year bonibia, you are a free man to go. So why you bonibia? Na ya bisa sikana offer na ebi wahe kofebi and afabra so that we'll see how we can use that to support the system. One second, Efimu as Minister of Finance to force in Ebefaye. Look at how the economy has rebounded. Look at the way fuel prices have come down. Look at how the dollar is. Look at how inflation has stabilized. Look at in fact, in Kenya's Rokrampo no Musra, I'm sure that the dollar will be less than 9 cedis to $1. What do you say? So things are normalizing. Everything is showing the real strength of the Ghanaian economy.
Indications,
and above all, could say cost of living so bafem.
We check the data.
We know. You don't need to go and do any data. At the end of the
if the fundamentals
weak, the exchange rate will expose you. Say, see, I know the exchange rate is actually, your friend said, the exchange rate is actually determining that things are doing well.
Yeah.
For a long time, inflation could do 54% under Nana Akufo-Addo.
Now it's 5.4.
From 54% to 5.4.
It's unbelievable.
Mugabe Maase, then they brought it to 26%.
Now we're achievable.
Do you understand? And then in less than a year, 5.4%. Ken Ofori-Atta has to answer to the people of Ghana. The United States of America cannot continue to keep Ken there and even be entertaining him that they want to consider whether they can give him a permanent visa to stay in the United States of America. Ken, Ghana loves you. Come back and account. Many work I say.
Venezuela for the
many work I say. Tell me. Unim say when John Mahama and the NDC lost power in 2016. Kobisa Julius Debra. How many times the Economic and Organized Crime Office, one call more office? It's like every month. Your friend now
Chief of Staff.
Chief of Staff. Every month no alcohol.
You can Ofori-Atta there.
Every month no alcohol. 1 year born in when Janet. Oti Omaimu.
Never traveled outside the country.
And then they did everything they have to do.
Including the president.
What do you say? Then Mrs. Cecilia Menueka say the organized Economic and Organized Crime Office.
Yoko.
They are pursuing the former Minister for Energy and former Minister for Education, Matthew Poku Prempeh. And yes, sir, Matthew Poku Prempeh and Janet. Or cooperative, or no mobistan and sem near Obetimia ye, no ye, near own him now. So they are going through with him with the motions. They are not harassing Matthew Poku Prempeh.
It's not even in the public domain.
They are not harassing him. And yes, sir. Na Ken Ofori-Atta also unye boni biano. Why you ujuma edi afa kwan so no? Why are you running away? Say unye owiya. If you are not a thief and they are shouting thief, 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 you start running.
No, at all.
If they are shouting chief, thief, chief, and you are running away, it means that you are the thief. So in this instant, no, Ken Ofori-Atta is running. Ye ka say Julobi na Ken Ofori-Atta eninam. Odimirika okwa hifa. Afedi ya wajani sa kodru America for akochino, and that is where my challenge come. MPP for minyamo. Ya bachi wuntu mino. Muyi mpabwa. Eyi motai. Ekotna yoko se omunjai can your friend say wuntu mi. The other persons that were arrested and sent to Iyoko, you went there and protested and sat down. Ken Ofori-Atta is arrested in the US. Why are you not sitting at the embassy that they should release him? Because he's an innocent. Why are you not? Say Oko Flagstaff. And for me, what the United States of America is doing is, your friend is saying, is a selective justice. Venezuela for and Casa Omo president, you know. United States of America sat down and chose that the president of Venezuela is a criminal. He's dealing in drugs. Now Omutimi Alpha plane, any drones, Akokum Nipa, over 40 people were killed.
For president in Abba.
Now man for president in a year and take it to America to go and face justice. They want him to come and face justice in Ghana. And America, you are there giving him coffee and tea. What kind of hypocrisy is this? And tea and arise Ghana. Or China. American embassy. We have notified the Ghana Police Service in accordance with Public Order Act. The head of security at the American embassy, not friend young. Then I gave instructions that look, say, only Ghana Police for Monka. We have complied with the Public Order Act. We have notified the Ghana Police Service. And then by the time now the Ministry of Justice already they are in talks. They are in talks with the Ghana Police Service and still they wanted to talk to us. So I declined that conversation.
Wow. That was today?
Oh no, for the past 1 week. No Mudiechi wanting to talk to her. And I told my people that as convener, I don't want to engage them. They should deal with the state security. They should deal with the Attorney General's office. What we know is that we are picketing at the American embassy from tomorrow. You can say indefinite, and the Ghana police for Omuka say indefinite. No, I know yeshi kakra. And I say I know yeshi. Say you call Ochina. Now the Americans decide that they will release Kenofurata Emaya Ochina.
Ochina no moko to America.
Well, sa no mbeti miaka. Mbeti miaka do court no mo say Ken yare nti wamba. Say yare de bia Ken etimi feki. And the last time I mini obi ekasa no. No ka say Ken yare nti omode ba omode no ba ha. Kofi
Bento Imani Ghana say Kendi or Pesoba, but treatment the man of Hanan and Manisu.
The treatment. Carry a nipa chen na Matthew Pokum Prepe. Or a nipa chen Julius Debra. Say 1 year Bonia, what are you afraid of? Me say Tio Chachuchi Kata. President Kufuor accused him of causing financial loss to the state. The man was able to prepare himself. A day that judgment was not supposed to be given. Oko do court now mama judgment. Near do no concern. Papa no crampo ni inhaler yese or ye asthmatic. Ni inhaler no onibi. Nti Mati said he had an attack overnight. Throughout the night wanya ni inhaler nka enye se adoma nka sisi awako. When President Kufuor was about leaving office on the 6th of January, they gave him a pardon. And pardon the only thing as a president I'm a pardon or see dabi on pardon or per se uncle through the motions until he fought through the motions until the courts were able to determine say dabi papa no wanya bone. Now it was political persecution. Okay, no, you are yet to now come and prove whether it is indeed political persecution or it is that you have committed an offense. I feel there would be make a quitri. Yes, say bra na o quitri. Bra na o quitri. Now say oba. First, no, it was not about the treatment they were going to give him when he came. It was about that on Tiapo. Now the US system has told us that Ken is well.
You're fit.
Oh, you're fit. So they have arrested him and put him in detention. In the US, he cannot die in detention.
In Ghana?
In Ghana, he can die in detention. Who told you that when people are sick, they die?
When people are sick?
Yeah. Who told you that when people are sick, they die? You don't know that people are sick for 20 years now and they have not died? Only, sir.
I know.
And people are not sick and they get up and die. Only that. So what is this thing about Dobi Yarinti? Mode no ba obewu. Ebi mu krampo a omo yare no mu. Or they don't die.
Man no yare.
Mini amotala.
No yare.
On yare owu ye.
Limuna no.
Limuna on yare no owu. Abuachi on yare no owu ye. Dr. Sapon owu ye. 2 military officers no omu huye
misata wa yare kwada
do you understand emitata ya ante say na okwakoye owa gym e no ye ni gym work e na ohuye. So what is this thing crazy about? Oh, Kenontiapo, Nihunam Nyedin. And I don't think that sickness has anything to do with death. If your time is up to die, you will die. So if it is the time for anybody to die, let the person die. Nobody should come and claim that oyare.
So man, the castle or die be die. Well, ever said I can say my and for Safari Valley Eco Resort near the Jumedi Ebro Pep baby. I will do what I say yes. Wildlife experience, bosso keke dia Safari Valley Eco Resort when I make come for their more deal in the eastern region and the Unia Busuan Namaka Bumunamoko or Moye Juman the Fansun Yina 1 hour trimu would do as you are Omunia come local and continental dishes here 7 in a environment what a serene ya would do her bones say yes what baby I hoya come pa for any extra so your or more dino rooms no room say bibia kama gym or swimming pool and in my be and I will be ewo as your wildlife experience and so way antelope see ni zebra or moko no mobile ostrich near the when in Kodano come and the pa from 059691 4394 059 691-4394 from Ebejo. So Mugabe Maase Clinic and Eba Center and a day lift kit capsules in a diaba idraso lift kit capsules here bois nipa obrebo ni ye papa ma liver function no etimi dimu ye papa manipeduano ejina na so brani nti conformance shop eba so bi ebe won na kope lift kit capsules ni bi neto nom we obo we ye be mu nemwa se de bi nipeduano betime ejina na so papa aboa eye wo nipeduana nkasa enwa ne se obeko pharmacy shop and I shop be a ben wo for Mugabe Maase doctor was 0244 068447 0244 068447 na wo do ani echere asoye ho a Mugabe Maase ono so na yaresa wo do ani ko ho a yaresa bia yare bia de be ko bia no obenya mu ayaresa kama enti no se digestion betimi akoso kama na wo immune system ne be gina so na wo liver function so be ko yi a lift kit capsules vitri garlic mix out doctor na wie nka eja blood circulation moja betimi di ni pedua ne mafusa ne yie hu hia papa se blood circulation no enye adwuma moja ntimi ni pedua ne mafusa ne yie a ene asem ne bebe fie nti kope vitri garlic mix e binom obi onante ana na ne nsa ye titriti wose anansi acheme ni nyina wonya vitri garlic mix e bi wonnom a ebeboa e boost immune system no so menipedua ne gina na so papa bema untumi ni die oba untumi ni die wonum ato obro ni beka se loss of appetite wonya vitri garlic mix ani bia ebetumi abo Fred Dr. Marco 0242 545633 0242 545633 o Fred Dr. Obejo so S natural mineral water no brown house bejibi bitubi cotton oba osu a owura oboshi ho a shop wa ene enua no obon se bi gu fridge no kama opedudu atu abra SYZ broadcasting here ya osu 37 Abebrese street ewo Accra here ya abehu Mr. Robert ho china bibiri nti okokora mema obi na de agu car no na okọ se wose mema obronya de nti oba wanya abefi nkwa de ye ni ayensu betobi na koton osu nya so mfa so obetimi so afre Clifford 059 627 3546 059 627 3546 Hebron Hills International School Media of the Nsawam Road was excel and shine for nature so yo obano entity ye na ne dachi bisi ni ya osi oku school papa foundation here ye papa to for nature Hebron Hills International School Media of the Nsawam Road ho ena obi hu yen na udru asoyo won say yes you school ni u school ura environment won say yes serene environment ho kama uhu fin ewo abonten na uhu fin so ewo inside udru won say yes omunu ani omudi nyina organic won say yes obano ne DDMO ni hwemo na ndisuemo bibia ensi no kwan obetumi ayo benfo nti woba no wanya bosome nan ekosi mfi numa ene wode ne ba Montessori ntete ene de ne befam omu bibia omu ye bia ye British standard ene omu didi omu dwumadie no mo learning materials ni bibia free Britain aba be school ra no waba ti fa aba no koho no konya ntete ye pa o free London aba na akoda ne de dachi ensi ni yie media of the some de there was lower in upper primary so admission gusua ekoso fa aba no koho na ono so enkope eye admission ene eye wo birthday na within the Apostle Martin set appear momfa ne fonyi no ento so emame Apostle MS appear ene eye wo birthday ene Nyankopon de afe baako aka onfie ho wanya eye mfi maako eduisia enum 65 years se wudi mafu nyame no tumi de afe baako aka wafe ho a na chese uye nshira na ya na nye nwama titufo ehira maware so in Britain na wudi mutinti mai pa bra na wo ye head edema eye UK and Ireland Nyankopon ewo mu ankasa usu ene wo ban ene niema wo da na di kire se Nyankopon ewo mu enye nwanwa se eye apostle nyamecha wo ye mo chairman ono ena ne ba ne wo nti ene Pentecost obusuan ni nyina omo wo UK and Ireland Dulwich for omo wo eye Dagenham omo wo Clapham South Peckham ene eye Camberwell for omo nyina se ye mawo official pa Apostle MS apia Nyankopon hira no anya okese na oma won kwatenten na de wohwehwe bia wasase so bia oma won sa enka won hira wo ne wabusuan nyina ne SYZ broadcasting mi ankasa misumi gina nemu e de ama won say happy birthday. May the good Lord grant you good health and long life. The late Alhaji Sani Muhammad Senior, Alhaji Sani Senior, obiye nimuno, say SYZ broadcast de papa yi, base Kumasi osi wa ho, mumfa ne fonyi mumpeja mu ye mame. Alhaji Sani Senior, papa yi, na we leading member of the NDC in Ashanti region and same tema ya teni yari sama for beka ya 2024 elections no yako Kumasi ene na sidi ho de bia ne wafre no wamfre no Alhaji betwa oba ne natade wato so kama Alhaji atwa nananom ewo ensedo nyame ya adoma 31 January ya ene omo beye na yie ewo swami astrotef so ewo eye oswami te monhye so anopa nundu pepepe ewo Islam remu no na chese omo di bibia so ahyehyɛ so kama mia so eja Maase na wotwe ayiwomu yi ewo Kumase eye wioso buo ho na chese oba panyin George na akosua nsia ya chese hani ene eye namon ye wo fin so ene chese hani de eye bunu ntem ho se kwa hani ni patem ho na enano o masifri eja aso ye nso ene namon ye ben ofin so oba de ne dom ya ye maame oba panyi George na akosua nsia busua ebe deda no eda eye memende de animu ya anopa be yinundu obema mu no so na akopɛ ne korabre ewo eye namon ben ofin so ni wi awasa ba betena se ewo wi so eye school ho na watumi aye na yie enuanum bi ene yenuaba eye Gladys nsia o Jubilee House sanso ena Mrs Elizabeth nsia oso o eye London waba bedru eye Ghana onura eye Dr Ndam ene eye Ofapita oso o eye Gasem sanso ena Ofata oso wa America memu enua mama Janet ene abusuafo amaka nyina ya mamu nyina shedin se oba de ne dom ye na da eye memende di enimu eye January opepam bosume ne de toso adu no enan ye beba ne aba abijemu eye abusua mabena ene eye Rita ene abusua ni nyina kojo ye mamu nyina shedin na oba de ne dom ya da memenda ye nyina beba beboa ye se nyame ne de ma ene no aso ne waje ntimi sefo ye ka ne se mon shedin well akasema aduonu na bonusia nusia ba na yadede aka ni nyina so se usi no se feeling ni deep on se oko eye goila openyo oda no ne eye Edward Bawa abambiri eno kwa na yemi den so say na waye adwuma o GF da ana waye adwuma so Ministry of Energy ono abojo jina pom no san be deputy minister, right? And His Excellency John Dramani Mahama the first administration no san MP so and I
want him say no NUC's president.
And now we NUC's president minim sa me baby a minim no from na GFA when he was
no from NUC's presidency or by GFA. Na ono eno handi NUC presidency de ma Omane Boama. And that year na me Omane Boama John Kuma and Ernest.
The late John Kuma?
Yeah, we contested for the NUC's presidency.
And Omane won. Oh.
And so Edward Bauer handed over to Omane instead of me.
Oh, instead of you, say.
Instead of me, I should have been. That be semi-contest here. And once you contest, your ultimate aim was
to... You lost by how many votes?
I lost. It was... Leave to well. This was Nana Poku. Juma Moye, me no. I feel the Onanka say to me say Oman Yani. It was no name so
it also belongs to the Arise Ghana.
Yes, Ochina Munina ba, Ochina hopes in Ado Munina eba. And Minister for Transport Krampono, because of all the problems that happen, he's supposed to be there. Because Omunina buses and Yakoton fufu. Number say Nima.
They say Nima, they say they are gone. What it fall so ama we say uko do Nima golf filling station we do hand amount breakfast anopa
hey
we do wa
oze Mohammed Akati
me chira bibi utofo ani amount breakfast
Mohammed Akati ene lalas omukita moto bi kitwa bi
Mohammed
Akati ono da bi omupe moto no scooter kitwa bi omotumito fuel 5 cities 10 cities na yema nti almost
1 liter
almost ko dru goil na omo be join breakfast nka mo goil le be yema goil from where bro
but Mr. Bernard na Ghana betimi asamba say
nti 10 cities 5 cities no matter na omo scooter na yema na ma say ma omo breakfast aka
esi wo de wonye du ho say wo beto fuel na
na wo de hwe ochina won show yi a nkora we ba ko ho ene omo scooter omeko akoto no mama
mo to fund dem mesra mo
gwal bu bro mo ne mama fo omo baba even in wano mo ko ye bi wo ho obi ba no abeto fuel 3 series no dey ko na mama no breakfast aka ochina meso meko ho
obako
meso meko ni magwa
they say goal mo dey be dia no washiu so obi abeto fuel
they should do that for the other places. There are many other goal
we so see kwan so also we total we star oil we frame so we
and you know they
so person we be man customers here.
No, the concept is good. Don't say mostly particularly taxi drivers and truck drivers. Almost sorry ahumachi omunye bibia ndi. They are busy running around. Nti ukodru ho say na omobema eduane na omama onsu aka ho a.
Na osu go le mo ye den. Se na ben. Ma den ka me de. Osu go de se na ke so adi ka si ya obi afa na aja.
No one your breakfast. I tell you and truck stations no mo betimi afa na omanye. I think the competition is good. We are going year one no. It is very exciting and I just want to commend them.
Fantastic. Well, there near the to asubiem Honorable Bernard Mona. Ya kan kenu for yata ya kan
na say what you know baba.
Definitely.
Munyina mombra because mo amoko ma tema oil refined esan ejina ni nai mono. You know that enka aka kiti tomato
22 million dollars.
And in less than 7 months no mwetimi raise $21 million.
Yeah. Say leaders in boy.
Less than so you see all the past MDs of Tor.
But when say Tor no my member one he said na John Bodu name penny for mo abronye mo nyina no mo hobi. When you say mo ATS nyina no mo ntumi audit o account. I know mo boka throughout ATS nyina month bia mo boka.
Yes, of course.
And the canons of Mobono so enya kaketua OTDA 200 million Ghana cedis. 160 million Ghana cedis. Unte figure ketua biya den.
na kyerɛ sɛ ɔmo sika no ɔmo de kyɛ.
Under this administration ɔmotumi audit sa account ni nyinaa ma ɛnɛ bibia hɔ ɔmo senate contribution ɔmo insurance everything.
Dabi sɛ da na me ba tɔ no ho. It is not na MD ni hɔ na deputy MD ni hɔ na okrampo onim sɛ meba hɔ. Dabi sɛ media sa na me yɛ before I obia be hunu na me hɔ.
Exactly.
And I encountered my workers. And the joy that your workers had.
About 1,200 workers.
Not all of them were excited. Over 300 new workers that were there. Contract staff now no munina krampo munjin say talk and come back.
Yes.
No munina abba. Ebi mu krampo a omo fi ye koye dambotwe ne
ebi kure to kwan kwa monene.
Ebi na ebi were Iran, other places. Omo ti say Thor is coming back. They were eager to come back. When I visited and I posted a story on Facebook, come and see. Many of them were calling me to find out whether Niamekano Then I said, this is dramatic transformation. This is good leadership. Etimi ama bebia ese yamfato nko. So from bebia mijina, for bebia mijina, I can tell you that look, I am shocked that the board chairman, Honorable Billy Joe,
fantastic man.
Look at Ejuma Mwakwayano. Look, me, I don't easily give people high marks because Obianim say I am a critic of the system. But that be na me GDA until I went there to go and see. Because na me ti wa no mo see to besan ba na amwesi. No wo bust. And I'm afraid no see dabi mem hwehwe me wo boss. O de bre.
Okoto board meeting. Yeah, the bag is brewa. Fires na I am what the be 3 days ebe kai de omo nyina san wakwa kwotena.
Me see na mo say my brother don't sit in Accra, just come and see what we are doing. Me could draw or say I'm not going to go around with you so you think I'm influencing anything. And offer the longest serving worker. And they took me around the tour. When I saw they did the retrofitting of the your friend saying yes and they told me that it was Ghanaian workers,
only Ghanaians,
and that some of the works that the Ghanaian engineers are doing nipa efi amanono no mo ba ebibisa say are you sure you are able to do
it? One female welder no
the female welder, yes. I tell you the solid job. Say, they have even increased the capacity to 60 metric tons.
You've not seen anything yet.
I swear. And the tank farms and everything that is supposed to be done. I just want to salute combat. Salute Billy Joe. I think that you've done a good job. You have done a good job. I am unbelievable. And I hope. And of course, Yedeba Metro Mass Transit. Say, from 1,000 fleet, they were making losses. To 105, they are making profit. That is the extent of what great leadership can do. And I just want to comment, President Mahama, seeing vision in these young people and empowering and giving them the opportunity to go and change what is happening there. The last time I listened to the man at the shippers, the friend said, Penam ship, the friend Tema shipyard.
Okay.
Or see, Okodru Hono, he was welcomed by serpents, snakes. The whole place was bushy, it was nasty, and snakes were the ones that were welcoming him. But all of a sudden, they've been able to transform that particular institution of the shipyard into a modernized place, and now they are beginning to think about profit. What it means is that, say, the round peg at the share round hole, it me ejuma. But say, the round peg at the crochet square hole, it me emfa. And I think that we should congratulate these young people, and so far their commitment, but not the DCE, Okase President Mahama, only wine and o bakachire en se me ye galamse wo ha e na odi naimos eba ye bachelor letter dey akoma ahemfo na o ma sign na ye dey abrew na we hu say we don't need naimos here. I think that DC is not worthy to be in office.
Esa Bernard Mona, John Mahama, the 1 year money, Sen obviously, how would you assess his performance so far?
I've given him 6/10, which I don't do. Because I couldn't give Akufo-Addo 3/10 throughout his 8 years. But if in less than a year, I give you 6/10, naturally say your rating is high.
Indications there now.
So over economic indicators, no, they are no edaho and no be home. But I'm even talking about the quality of leadership that John Mahama has brought, that nobody talks about. See, John Mahama na ultimate publicly ekachire ni appointee say, "O koye boni, me you ama na mrano edi."
Say be no hunde.
What you say? Me you ama. So clearly, oh yes, I know. He has instilled the fear of God, as we say in Ghana, into his appointees. Say you cannot go and do things wrong. What you mean? Control metro mass transit 2,500. That mean mabafuaso. That be me, yes sir. Then I support John Mahama. That look, he's on a good course. The other important thing now, can I say? Look, sure, more than 80% of John Mahama's appointees are less than 60 years. More than 80% of John Mahama appointees are less than 60 years. And they know they have a future. Believing that they will have to account for it. But say, Okofa retirees na odi omo ma ejuma. At the end of the day, know that they are living in borrowed times. So they don't want to commit themselves because whatever it is, they are looking for what will sustain them in the future. Baby, I manage your mama any operation, recover or loot. I think that they have failed me in that direction. The Attorney General is doing like a tortoise in this fight against the looters of our nation. And that was a major campaign slogan. And I heard the echo around. Then you turn around and then you are kid gloving with these people. The other place has to do with international politics. Look, liberation struggle everywhere must be supported by Ghana.
Fantastic.
Now the people of the Sahrawi Arab Democratic Republic are struggling for their self-determination and independence. And it turned out that Ghana will go and support Morocco's plan to continue to annex and occupy Western Sahara. I will not support it any day. That is not what Kwame Nkrumah taught us. That is not the teaching of Kwame Nkrumah. No Pan-Africanist anywhere will support this particular move by the minister responsible for foreign affairs. That because Morocco will give us some economic benefits, because Morocco will give us phosphate and other things, we should go and support Morocco to continue to occupy, exploit, and dictate the space of Western Sahara. And no dear many omunyadwin. So when I subtract these things from the positives of John Mahama, I can take 4 out of the 10. And that is why I think that despite my reservations on this front, John Mahama has done what Nana Akufo-Addo could not do and would not have even been able to do if you had added him 8 more years. So John Mahama is a success from the beginning, and we are hoping that he will be able to sustain this progress that we are making. If he sustains it, we can see improvement, and I'm sure that we'll start giving him better marks from 2026.
Very good. My good brother, Honorable Bernard Mona, thanks so much for your time. Yeah, the best year, Mugabe Maase, any midday, more mutumi, enya bre to me, tea shooting in the dawn. Sanso, Anna Lawyer Anderson, Minuya DJ Washington, Christopher, Minuya Yabuache, Munina, Nana, 24. Also, who go so in Yankopon in Shramo, any abusuina. Oba the end domiani at Nkoma or China, Tuesday, or China. Yebeshia American Embassy. Yadian Kwaji visa. Nemum, a Pezakan, Ofuriata Ebefi. And you may know, say, I can say about a musham papa and a dear bro, Fabia say a tamas. Yes, also, politics and beyond, so baby, you may at exactly 8 p.m. with a year Emmanuel Wilson Jr. No munina mo anything.